Good afternoon. I am Joe Hunk, and the Titans brought some good news to everybody, at least earlier in the week, as A.J. Brown has been designated to return from the IR. Will he return? We'll find out coming up tomorrow night in their game against the 49ers. Now, I'll tell you a few teams are not playing in a game. That would be Texas A&M Aggies, because they are not playing in the Gator Bowl because of COVID. So what's the Gator Bowl going to do? They are looking for all options, and Pete Thamel is saying that in a quest to find the Gator Bowl opponent for Wake Forest, they are discussing finding teams that have already played in a bowl game. Paging MTSU. And for the college football playoff, George Pickens, the wide receiver for Georgia, has joined JT Daniels as Georgia players are testing positive for COVID-19. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, as well as your flagship station for the Tennessee Titans. This is 104.5 The Zone.
All right, here we go. 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport. Does she have a camera working? I have no idea.
No!
Zone TV, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
There is a camera
Twitch,
on
please.
you, though, Don. There's that camera that is right in front of me is on you.
What camera? You've got multiple cameras on Don Davenport?
There's
Listen,
only one.
TV star. What is she even doing? I don't even know.
I have no sound. What is this? Why is it? It's new stuff and nothing works. Oh my gosh, I'm about to blow up. My head is about to explode.
-10.
Tracy, Joe Hunk producing, but who's
I'll see y'all in a bit.
Tracy Wilson doing the Tony is really funny to me.
I'll see y'all in a bit.
Uh-oh. Who
She's
is
on the
about?
move.
Wait, who is about to catch it from
I
Don
don't know.
Davenport
Boy,
right now? She just left the studio.
It could be Hunk. It could be Pan. She can't be getting the red in the recording, I think. I don't know. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly.
There he is. He's Ron Slay. He's wearing a Tennessee Volunteer T-shirt.
You know why?
Because number 19 Tennessee takes on number 6 Arizona tonight in the Tommy Bowl.
Yeah. And it's time for it to go down, baby.
Right here on 104.5 The Zone. We'll join it in action, right? Like in progress?
Yeah, we will.
That's what I was told.
We just gonna go off the air and they're gonna be on there.
No. We have other stuff on the
okay.
air.
After Titans tonight, that's when we'll join it in progress.
Okay. I thought we were just gonna jump in.
What do you think about this game? Sportsline.com says Arizona by 1.
Hey, man.
Tennessee favored by 2.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is this is a great opportunity for the Vols. Personally, I don't think Arizona has played a lot of people, so I'm interested to see how they react if the Vols show up and be the Vols. Meaning, at this point, we know exactly what we're getting from our guards. We know what we're getting. Hot or cold, we know what we're getting. I'm putting it on the bigs. I'm putting it on the big man. Big man got to go out and have a physical presence. Listen, when I played, man, it ain't even just when I played.
That's been a weakness.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And you know what? We used to always want to establish if we were going against a Pac-12.
That was a severe eye roll right there.
Ooh, that was deep.
Davenport's back in the
that
studio.
was deep, y'all.
She's standing up.
Oh, I feel like it's a leg tapping and everything going on over there. Oh.
Her mic's not even on right now.
Oh.
There it is.
So this would
you can't even find
You're
anybody
right. It's
to
been
yell
a
at.
weakness.
see.
So when you left the studio, we were like, who's about to catch it from Davenport?
I
And
can't
so
find anybody.
Can't even find anybody to give it to.
I think you should just call your husband.
Ooh. Oh, Art is here.
God bless his heart.
Yeah.
God love him. All right, so
Listen,
big man
Lord.
down low. Here's the thing about
Yeah.
Kamwa, okay?
Yep.
And I talked to him a little bit before the scrimmage because he was one of the guys that was near me that was really disappointed about what was going on with Memphis bailing.
Right.
Which, by the way, there's more to that story that we'll get into in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The conspiracy theory people that are out there. So That
Okay,
dude
but regardless of that, COVID is an issue everywhere. So.
it definitely is.
Right
and,
now.
And
Yes.
we're going to talk about it because we
Go ahead.
keep testing asymptomatic people. And,
I know. What are we doing?
Anyway, I mean, seriously, like, that's as much of a COVID opinion as we've given in how long we've been dealing with this? Since March of 2020?
Yeah, we usually stay away from it, but this is ridiculous.
I'm tired of it. Anyway, so Kamwa does really well against the bad teams. And then the good teams come in, and he needs to gain some confidence down low.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity, right?
This is an opportunity.
Because you go into SEC play next.
Yeah.
Next game is at Alabama.
On the road. Yes, you are exactly right. And you have to establish something. We know we're going to get from Fulkerson, but it's not about that. It's about somebody establishing a physical presence. Not the little slashing, scoring, put back dunks, alley-oops. A physical presence in the paint. Arizona got 2 7-footers. One that starts, Kokolo, I think is how you say his name. Yeah, I know you'll help me. And then the other 7-footer that comes
Close
off the
enough,
bench.
Slay.
Thank you, Babsy. And then the other one that comes off the bench, he's 7'1" as well. So they have a way of protecting the rim, and they are physical. The way Michigan stayed in the game with them, they had a big man in Dickerson that was physical, taking the ball from them and doing all type of stuff. Then they got a 4-man who's not, to me, as much as a threat because guys like Fulkerson can play him straight up and stretch the floor, and Fulkerson's a good defensive player, so not worried about that. But I'm worried about the presence down low and the way this man protects the rim. And then when you go down and Kennedy Chandler comes off a pick and roll, and you roll and the big guy stays there in the paint, stays there in the paint, and keeps it and walls it. You're okay. And he walls it, and Kennedy keeps penetrating. That big guy has to be able to roll. Yeah. And when he drops it to him, make a play. Yeah. Not get the ball, pump fake, get blocked, and go the other way. Like, you got it, man. It's on the front court. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm riding with Tennessee without question. I think they're gonna win the game. It's on the front court if a presence is made. Then they got to – it's on the front court in order to win this game.
Be strong with the ball.
At all, on both ends. Defensive rebounding, protecting the paint. Not protecting the rim, protecting the paint. That's what it is.
We are breaking this thing down. There's a lot going on the
it
other side of this.
It is a lot going on.
Benedict Mathurin is the guy you're talking about. 6'6", 210-pound sophomore, leads Arizona in scoring, averaging 17.4 points, 6.5 boards, and 2 assists per game. He shoots 42% from 3 also, so that's a guy that can hit you from anywhere on the court. Tabulis, 6'11" sophomore. Everybody's a sophomore in this team, averaging 16.1 and 6.8 boards per game.
He's from Lithuania.
Krisa is another sophomore, averaging 12 points and 5 assists per game.
I think he's from Canada or something.
6'3" point guard. They have 9 players averaging double figures in minutes.
Yeah.
But a lot of teams do at this point of the season because you're playing a lot of players.
Yeah.
So Tennessee at 8-2. Kennedy Chandler, 15 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds per game. Vescovy, by the way, at the scrimmage.
Is that how you say it?
Vescovy. He doesn't care, so I don't care.
Vescovy.
I mean,
Santi.
I'm just messing with
my
you.
last name's Doherty. He calls me, what do you call me?
Daughtery.
Daughtery. I know a lot of people
Keith,
get you wrong.
Mike Keith says Dougherty. Like, I don't care. I'm in the same boat. At the scrimmage, though, Kennedy Chandler, no question the NBA player on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, no question. When you go see him live and just kind of watch him, that's definitely true. Now, Vescovy off the ball.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. That is a legit threat right there.
Yep.
Now, Tennessee struggled to shoot the 3 in that scrimmage in Bridgestone Arena. Vescovy didn't. Draining all of them. I mean, just.
Yeah. He's comfortable where he is.
He is.
Another guy we want to see, Justin Powell. But also, let me say this real quick before we move on from that.
JP.
When you are defending Arizona, you got the reason I say you need a physical presence so everybody understands. When they throw the ball inside to their bigs, their guards shoot the ball very well on kickouts. So when the ball is in, if you decide to double the 7-footer or the 6'11" guy and they kick it out, they practice for that. They're not as great, the guards, as far as just breaking the guy down off a dribble and pulling up for 3.
Catch and shoot guy.
Catch and shoot. I mean, they draining from deep, too. So be aware. That's why you got to have a physical presence so you don't have to say, time out. Hey, man, somebody go down there and double them. Like, no, man. Man up. Man up. Go get them. You in the bowl. That's what it's about. You going against a Pac-12. Man, listen. I'm telling you right now.
You get worked
Basketball and football, everything, when it comes to the Pac-12, even in high school, if we say Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, D.C., Florida, man, y'all got to go play somebody from Cali, Arizona, somewhere out there. The first thing we say, be physical. All they want to do is run. Be physical with them. They long. If you think Texas Tech was a problem, there's going to be a problem, too, if you just let them get up and down the run.
Texas Tech's whole roster was 6'8".
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go above that necessarily, but everybody on the floor was 6'8".
Yeah.
They didn't have a point guard.
This is the style they want to play. Up and down, at their pace, block shots, get out and run, make them play our game.
Davenport.
That's yours.
You okay?
I'm fired up.
It's like guacamole?
I had guacamole, which normally makes me very happy. It puts me in a very good place.
Okay.
Great place. Chips, awesome. Right? Chips and guac, I mean, just get in my belly. I'm a happy person.
I like it.
Love it. And then I come in here, and I don't have a camera. I don't have headphones that work. I found now part of that's my fault because I sat on my headphones and broke them, and I haven't gotten a new pair yet. So part of that, you know what? Put that on me. I'll put that on me. I'm not putting the camera on me though, and that doesn't work. And this injury report, I'm also not putting this Titans injury report on me either, and it ain't looking good.
What you got?
Well, how about the outs?
Yeah, there are 4 players that are out.
Yeah. And, by the way, they're kind of important. Taylor Lewan, out. David Long, out.
Yeah.
Laurel Murchison, out.
Big Merch.
Roger Saffold, shoulder/illness. Now, this is after 2 days of full participation. Didn't go today.
Yeah.
Out.
Guess who did go today fully?
A.J. Brown?
Hey.
I don't know.
That wasn't what you were going with.
No?
Julio Jones. Full participation today with a hamstring, yes.
Also, Deontay Foreman, who was on Blaine and Mickey yesterday talking about the ankle, and it really bothered him. But Mickey asked him how many tape jobs you get. He said he was on layer 3 when he went into the game on 4th down. He basically was like, hurry up, I got to get out. So it was 4th and 1. So he told him to hurry up. He went running out onto the field. Like, they didn't even, in real
hurry
time,
up to get the tape on, is what you're saying, yeah.
So he could run that 4th down play, which was huge. Good to see him out there. Quesenberry, full participant.
Yes, and that's 2 straight days of full participation for Deontay, so that's good.
Big, your boy Jackrabbit.
Yep, he's back. 3 straight days of full participation, so he's back, and same for Tier Tart on that defensive line, too.
Yep.
But let's be honest. Offensive line has been an issue. What did I say coming into this slate? I know we got to take a break, but just real quick, what did I say? I said, hey, A.J. Brown, off of IR, designated to return, doesn't mean that necessarily we're going to see him on the field, right? But I was like, this is a positive. We talked about Tannehill yesterday and how much he needs that security blanket and he needs that bag. And what did you say, Slay?
I said, well, wasn't doing a lot of catching when he was out there, but
But right before the show, you said, doesn't matter because Tannehill isn't going to have any time to throw him the football.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. With everybody missing.
With that offensive line, yeah. So
I'm nervous.
We'll talk to Coach Mack about
all
that.
Ryan is too.
When we come back. Also for San Francisco, following players are listed as out. Linebacker Dre Greenlaw, the safety Hufanga, is that how you pronounce his name? Defensive lineman Maurice Hurst, and running back Elijah Mitchell all out for this game. So there will be others, but that's the current status. Game day is tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting live from Nissan Stadium. More on that in just a bit. But coming up next, Coach Mack will break down what happened in Pittsburgh and what needs to happen against San Francisco. Because if the Titans win, then you need to win one of your next 2, even if the Colts win out. You'd be good. So 615-737-1045, always a number. But when we come back, Coach Mack joins us at 3HL1045 and get us on Twitter. This is 3HL.
All right, people, we're getting closer to the weekend, but no, we're not quite there because 1, you got Mondays. You know what happens on Mondays? Monday Night Football. Ding, 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 ding. 2, it's Tuesday. You know what happened on Tuesday? 69-cent wings. 3, I got to tell you where all this happens on a Wednesday. Strike out the wings. 25-21 Nolensville Pike. A lot of people, let me pause real quick doing this. A lot of people keep asking me, hey Slay, man, where do we get the wings at? Where's the location at? Let me break it down for you. Where you get the sweet and sassy lemon peppers at 25-21 Nolensville Pike. Right off 440, on 123 Ewan Drive, right in the original Princess location. All the Cajun Ranch fries with the cheese on top. 25-21 Nolensville Pike, right off the 440, all 123 Ewan Drive, original Princess location. Don't forget the Kool-Aid. Come on, people. I can't say it no easier. Strike out the wings. You know who it is? It's me. Hey, it's Ron Slay. That's right. And I got to tell you right here, what does Santa have to drive, people? What he got to drive? He got to drive a sleigh. That's why I'm here to tell you about where you can go get your own sleigh. Music City Autoplex, 2430 Gallatin Pike North. That's where you can go get it. Or you can just say Gallatin Pike. You know, you ain't got to put the North on there. But 2430 Gallatin Pike, Music City Autoplex, or online at musiccityAutoplex.com. Had a great experience when I went there 2 times. You hear me? Not once, 2 times. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Great selection. One of the biggest selections in Middle Tennessee. And they sell more than anyone, too. Why do I know that? Because I went there and bought one. Yes, you don't have to worry about all of the problems that you get. Who's going to finance it? Who I'm going to get some bank money from? They got 30 different banks you can go to, people. And they're going to work with you to make things happen. They do it for the customers. They'll do it for you. They did it for me, so I promise you it's going to be right. Start to finish, it was a great experience. You can tell Music City Autoplex is there for their customers. It's long-term, too. It's not a short run. 2430 Gallatin Pike North or online at musiccityAutoplex.com. Come on, man. Like Santa did, go get you a car.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
Hey,
We're a game out, man. I'm ready to tailgate. Can we tailgate? What kind of shot was that?
that was a trick shot.
That was a Ron Slay retirement.
That was a Washington General shot.
Slay trying to shoot garbage in the garbage can.
Yeah, that's right. I don't
It
shoot
was a
garbage.
garbage shot, is what it was.
It was a garbage shot.
Coach Mack joins us now.
Man, just the man I've been waiting on.
I was listening to Mack talk driving home from Gallatin last night, and Mr. Enthusiastic called in.
He did.
If he calls into your show, please tell him how much Coach Mack and Rhett Bryan love him calling into Mack Talk.
What did he say? He believed in three things: Rhett B, Coach Mack, and what?
And that defense, that Titans defense, man.
Oh, you heard it too.
Yeah, I heard it, man.
He heard it too.
I heard it.
I can't argue with any three of them right now.
Hey, man, and then he asked Coach, this was the best part of it. He asked Coach Mack, what exactly is that defense going to do to the San Francisco 49ers run game? And he asked him, and Coach Mack paused, and he told him, run right over him like a Ford-on rooster. I said, boy, that man listen to Coach Mack on the broadcast too, boy. That's all right with me. That is all right with me.
That Ford over rooster comment has taken legs. I mean, it's been amazing. As I said, I've got a guy that approached me that wants to do a T-shirt with a bobblehead driving a Ford truck with a rooster in the road.
Oh,
hey, come on, Coach Mack. You got to go do it, too.
A bobblehead of a dead rooster.
Okay.
Let's see.
No, the rooster's not dead. The rooster's standing in the middle of the road looking at the truck.
He's about to be dead.
It's the pre.
It hasn't hit the rooster yet, and it might miss it. So don't be doing that, because that kind of stuff upsets PETA and it upsets Dawn.
Listen, man, I don't think a Ford misses too many things in West Texas on the road, man. Coach Mack joins us on 3HL. Coach Mack, as a former defensive coach for a number of years in the NFL, how proud of that effort were you last week? 168 total yards, 4 times Pittsburgh was given the ball in their territory, no touchdowns allowed on those 4 possessions. Pretty good stuff.
They've been playing that way for quite a while. I mean, they really have been. I mean, really, guys, if you want to be honest and you look at the losses that they've had, too many of them. Look, 13 turnovers in the 3 losses. You're giving yourself no chance to win. And when you turn the ball over, I mean, it's simple. You possess the ball, keep the ball. You possess it, keep it. When the defense gets it, it's a takeaway. They have to do something to try to take it away from you. But if you have it, you initially have it. Protect the football. And that game in Pittsburgh made me really sad. Because the defense continued to play what we call sudden change football. They just answered the bell and answered the bell and answered the bell and answered the bell, and at least gave the offense a chance to try to win it at the end. But this defense needs to continue to play like that. That's just where we're sitting right now. We've got a lot. We're getting people back. We've got a lot of injuries on that offense, but injured or not. And these are no excuses. There are no excuses for turning the ball over. Mm-hmm. 0.
Yeah, so 13 turnovers in the last 3 losses. How do you fix that?
You quit turning it over. I mean, right. Hold on to the ball. Look, guys. I mean, they practice. It's part of an individual practice every day, and then during their team practices, they're always having the defense rip at the ball. So it's not something that they're not aware of. They've been doing this since training camp, but. Protect the football. I mean, it's what you have to do. I mean, I've had this question so many times in the last, month. People say, well, Coach Mack, as a coach, what do you do? Well, if you've got a full and healthy team, you just sit the players down that are turning the ball over. Well, you can't afford to sit anybody down right now. I mean, we're trying to find players to play.
Yeah, especially with the news today coming out on that offensive line, Coach Mack, no Roger Saffold, no Taylor Lewan.
Yeah. And that's not ideal, Dawn.
No, that's not ideal. And Slay was like, I'm worried. And I said, well, who else is worried? Ryan Tannehill. And I think he's been worried for a majority of this season, honestly. How do you handle it? What have you seen from the guys that are now going to step in? Because we've seen, that's been a turnstile on that offensive line anyway this year. And I know we don't make excuses, but I just want your take on how the Titans are going to handle it with what they have to see on the other side, like that guy named Nick.
They have to handle it, Dawn. I mean, they got no other choice. I mean, you can only play 11, right? And you can only play, 5 across the front unless you want to put an extra one up there. And so they're going to have to look this. Can I say, I'm going to say this because I'm always honest when I'm on the radio. I'm very honest on the broadcast. This football team that we are getting ready to play tomorrow is a much better team than we just played in Pittsburgh. Yeah. It's a much more complete team. It's a much better football team. It's a more in sync football team. I mean, they're on a roll. Their defensive front, it's not only Bosa, it's Armstead too. I mean, and they can roll people in there. It's Warner behind the line. I mean, they take the ball away. I mean, they've got a cornerback that has caused 6 fumbles himself. All right, and that was the guy that's going to be very happy that Derrick Henry's not playing. I mean, and to me, I mean, when you're playing a football team like this, you need everybody on that, but you've got to do your job. You got to protect the quarterback. We've run the football. I think they've done a really commendable job of finding a way to still run the football once Derrick Henry left. It took them a while to get their footing as far as multiple backs, but they run the ball for over 200 yards a game. I mean, they're doing that. But, guys, you got to protect your quarterback because regardless of who you have at receiver, first play of the game, Julio Jones is screaming up the sideline open, and Tannehill can't step into the throw. All right? So all of that stuff has to work together. But you ask me, Dawn, what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to block them. I mean, that's all there is to it. Your professional football players, block them. That's what has to happen. And then what you're going to have to do protection-wise, you're going to have to adjust your protection some and devise ways to get your quarterback. And now the issue with trying to get your quarterback outside the pocket is that they've got Bosa out there, and they can secure the edges, really well. This is a good team we're playing. As I say, that team that we played in Pittsburgh has a good defense. But offensively, they were limited with what they can do. This offense we're going to play, this is the most sophisticated run game right now in the National Football League. And it's that for this reason. They can run inside-outside zone, which Kyle Shanahan has taken and has improved upon from his dad, Mike. Okay, but they also run pin and pull, power schemes. They run counter gap schemes. They run pure counter schemes. And then they put Deebo Samuel back there in the backfield, and they adjust and motion more than anybody does in the league. And they run more out of 21 personnel, which is, you guys like to talk ball, and I think your listeners like to hear it, which is a true fullback and a tailback and a tight end and 2 wideouts. They run more of that than anybody, and a varied run scheme with where they put these people. This offensive run scheme puts a lot of pressure on your eye discipline at the second and third level because there's so much misdirection and they come at you in so many different ways. I've defensed this stuff. I've seen it. I saw it from Mike Shanahan when I used to play him. You would get hit with things, and let me just say this. Here, you want to take a deeper dive into this? I talk about layering, people that can layer offensive calls. Well, that's stacking one call on the other. But when you can sequence calls, that's different. When you're sequencing calls, you're trying to set something up, all right, with the play that you're calling, and you're running it in a sequence to see what you're going to get. But see, here's what Kyle Shanahan does, which his dad used to do. They are so tuned into what they do, they reverse sequence it. In other words, they will give you the adjustment first to see what you're going to do and then come back to the basics. This is a sophisticated run game. Just remember Coach Mack said that on Wednesday.
Coach Mack, that right there, that's a heck of a breakdown. Now, what I want to know, with your defensive front, they have assignments, right? Like early in the season, you had guys that could break off plays and say, they looked at what was on film and they could guess what was going to happen. And sometimes that turned into a pick. Sometimes that turned into a sack from a lineman, whatever it may be. You telling me you can't do that in this game. You have to be disciplined with your assignment, stay exactly with what you believe, with what you've been taught, and let the other guy make the play if need be.
No, let me tell you, and again, it's a legitimate question, but let me tell you what you do when you've got somebody doing these things. First of all, your front has to be disruptive. They cannot sit there and read. They've got to attack.
Okay.
They've got to attack, because anytime you're pinning and pulling, anytime you can get disruption early, knockback. You heard me talk about knockback.
Mm-hmm.
You get knocked back early, you can knock some of that off. Who it puts pressure on? It puts pressure on your second level, which are your linebackers, or if you're altered on your defense, whoever the secondary player is playing behind the line of scrimmage, and your safeties, because now you cannot react immediately because there's a lot of eye candy going on with this thing. So you have to understand, that you have to be very disciplined. You can still react quickly, but you have to, and look, a lot of this stuff, guys, and we're taking a deep dive now, comes into film study, and that's where a shortened week against a not a common opponent and an unfamiliar opponent, you don't have as much time to dig into the tape. It's already been broken down for you, so they're spending extra time not on the field but in the classroom digging into tape, because you can get definite as far as tips on what we used to call bird-rabbit keys. Birds pass, rabbits run. It's really hard to figure that out. But you can get those types of tips, but you have to study to do that so that you can play faster at the second and third level.
Coach Mack on the
ball for today.
And no, we've got more. Coach Mack on the Mark Spain Real Estate Hotline, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price? Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947.
I do got one more for you too, Coach Mack.
You can do anything. I got all the time in the world for you three guys.
All right, let me go on the other side of the ball as far as Tannehill goes, because I asked Mike Keith this on Monday. And I understood his answer because, when he's breaking down the game and calling the game, he's focused on numbers and stats with the guys and lining them up. But you're more focused on the game itself and what's going to happen, what plays could be called, and diagnosing what happens before the snap. Ryan Tannehill, is it a problem with the pre-snap reads? Is this between him and the line, or just the line itself? When guys just come unblocked and maybe a running back doesn't chip or somebody just gets to roam free, who does that fall on?
Well, first of all, it
and I say real quick, Coach Mack, I'm sorry, real quick, and the reason I'm asking that is because of what happened with Schobert when he got that interception.
Yeah, well, Schobert's interception wasn't anything. I mean, that's because Taco Charlton's got go gadget arms, and he tried to throw a screen pass over the top of him, and he skied up there and touched the top of the backboard.
Yeah.
All right, and Joe Schobert didn't do anything but stand there, and all of a sudden the ball hit him in the stomach.
Okay, I got you.
It had nothing to do with anything other than Taco Charlton making an athletic play.
Okay.
All right, the protection. You always have the quarterback and the center are responsible to get protection calls to everybody either whether you are killing a play at the line of scrimmage or whether you are going up there and going on sound. But most of the things, and sometimes people bring in more than you can block, which they're going to do unless you keep 7 people in. Then the quarterback has to know where the hot read is. All right. And the hot read means you've got an unblocked person coming. You have to know where it is coming from. But the other thing that has to happen, again, is that you got to get separation with your receivers on the routes so that you can throw the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All of that stuff goes together. It all goes together, believe me. And the quarterback has to be protected better by all 3 of those phases of the throwing game.
Okay.
Question about San Francisco's offense and how multiple it is. Does it actually benefit the Titans in that they can get pressure with 4 and affect the offensive throw game, but also the run game with 4 instead of having to bring other people? Does it help them in that case?
Oh, absolutely it does. I mean, anytime, Brent, and that's a legitimate question, anytime, regardless of what the offense is like, if you can get pressure with 4, I'm talking about legitimate pressure. There's a difference in rushing 4 and getting legitimate pressure with 4, right? Getting the quarterback off his spot, getting the timing disrupted. But when you can do that, which this team can do right now with its people, then yes, it helps you, because now you've got a numbers advantage because they've only got 5 eligible, right? They got 5 eligible, and if you're rushing 4, you've got 7 in coverage. So absolutely it helps you. It helps you a lot. All right, but you still have to be able to win either one-on-ones, or you have to be able to get enough disruption that Garoppolo, who's being very efficient with the way he's throwing the football, this group has got some of the best yards after catch of anybody in the league. Okay, I mean this tight end is a danger waiting to happen every time. Deebo Samuel, beast. Okay, I mean he is that dude. And so what they're able to do, a lot of these are shorter throws, and they call themselves the Yak Brothers, the yard after catch. And a lot of these, and when Debo's back there in the backfield, they call it the Deadpool formation.
Yeah, I love that.
He does a lot of things back there. And so, but anytime you can just get pressure, and I mean legitimate pressure with 4, yes, you're better off because you can cover. This is going to have to be, and remember that Coach Mack said this on Wednesday at 3:36 in the afternoon. You're going to have this got to be your best tackling game that you've had to this point. This has to be a spot tackle game because a lot of these are spot throws.
Coach Mack, Todd Fuhrman running hard. The run game appears to be there. How do you get that throw game going? I know, obviously, it looks like A.J. Brown's going to play, which will help, and Julio Jones was a full go today. I would guess that those two guys being available would help, but it's just been tough to watch.
You got to protect the quarterback, and then plus you got to give him a chance to throw. Look, Julio was wide open first play of the game.
You're right.
Y'all watch it. Y'all watch tape. Wide open. All right. And Ferkser and Race McMath, they were open. They completed it, and then they dropped it.
Yeah.
They gave it to so catch it, hold on to it. When you catch it, run it, and when your run is over, hold on to it. That helps a lot.
I might have sent a really strongly worded text to the group after Julio was left hanging in the breeze down the left sideline.
Oh, Brent went in, Coach Mack. I was almost like, wait a minute, I might need to go over Brent's house and make sure everything all right, brother, we good. Yeah, but he definitely saw it.
Each time.
Brent has handled anxiety before. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Texting Davenport about anxiety and Slay, maybe.
Coach Mack,
yeah.
Let me ask you this: coming into this game, knowing knowing what we're going in, what kind of gun we're going into this battle with, and we went in the battle with an AK, but we got little 9mm bullets trying to fit them in an AK, and I don't think it's gonna work. So, I mean, does any
goodness?
Yeah, we got a little descriptive. We got descriptive.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah. So, Coach Mack, any words? I mean, I know it's no words. You coached this game a long time, and you're gonna go play the game regardless of what it is and who you got. You're gonna go out there and line it up. But anywhere you're like, man, what are we gonna do here? Knowing what's going on.
No.
Okay.
You figure it out. Figure it out. I mean, that's what you do. You got to figure it out because you got no matter what, you got to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
You have to win the game. They had it figured out last week how to win the game. They
That's
had
true.
a perfect plan, except in the plan it wasn't giving them the ball 4 times. That's not in the plan.
Well, you win this one, you're in a good spot. No matter what Indianapolis does.
Hey, Brent, they're in a have-to-win situation now because of those losses that they've had for the reasons that we said, which is turning the ball over. You're in a have-to-win. I mean, and look, that's what the National Football League loves. Is look at all of these races. Look at how this tournament is shaping up the last 3 weeks of the season. But you got to win. That's just it. Look, that is what it is. I've done it. I've done it over half my adult life. These kind of games, you have to win.
All right. Well, let us know when the Ford over Rooster bobblehead is complete. We need one for the studio.
And the T-shirt.
The guy, he said, Mac, we can. I said, please. I said, here's what. Do what you want to. All I do, I just want one of them. That's it. I'm not putting. I don't want any money out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I'm not going to have a Mac Rooster promo for it. No. But if you do it, I want one of them.
There you go. Coach Mack on the Mark Spain Real Estate Hotline presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Thank you, Coach.
Guys, thank you. See you.
Thanks, Coach
Game
Mack.
day is tomorrow. What are you guys thinking? 615-737-1045. Well, maybe if you had to rank them, you'd say that 2021 is turning out to be the least merry year of the 21st century so far. That being said, the local pros at Accurate Mortgage Group can point to one pretty big bright spot: the interest rates that continue to hover around historic lows. Many have taken advantage of these low rates to buy their first home, maybe a new home, or to refinance so they can put themselves in a better financial position. If you haven't gotten a piece of this action yet, there is still time for you to see if you can qualify. You could save up to hundreds of dollars per month on your mortgage payment, increase your home shopping budget, or even take cash out to renovate or tackle that New Year's resolution to pay off debt. Plus, you can close your loan in January, and your next payment will not be due until March of 2022. To find out more, visit them online, AccurateMTG.com. That's AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia, LLC, is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 4664.
How did Benny afford all these Christmas decorations? Where'd she get the money for this? Dear Benny the dog, thanks for choosing the home loan expert for your cash out refi. You were able to get $52,000? Oh, my own dog got a better deal on her refinance than I did. I knew I should have gone with the home loan expert.
3HL 1045 The Zone. What up, Nashville? By the way, thanks to everybody that came out in Gallatin to Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Way to come hold it down. Now, when I get in the holidays, I get into it like a little song like.
Apparently.
No, you've been
you know
singing
what I mean?
a lot lately.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You don't like it, Babs?
Nope. I'm like on fire today. If you want to know the truth, ask me a question and I will tell you.
I'm talking about no hesitation.
You don't like it? Nope.
Nope.
I actually think it's terrible.
Nope. Let's go to the phone lines. Nope.
Do you like Honk's pull?
Nope.
Can't even see him.
At least she's honest.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh no, I saw it. No, I don't like it.
I like the color. It's like blue and yellow. It looks like Bruins, UCLA colors. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. I get it.
By the way,
No.
that's who Arizona plays next. Number 5 UCLA, and then number 8 Arizona. They got quite a stretch here.
Yeah.
James Kemp sent
I'm just kidding.
a tweet yesterday.
What
Happy
about
to
me?
spend the evening with 3HL at Buffalo Wild Wings, listening to at Brent Doherty, at Don Davenport TN, at Ron Slade 35, at Mark Mariani 80.
Yo.
My wife and I were also happy to present them with a at Gallatin Police challenge coin.
Yeah.
This is a top-notch radio show every weekday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m.
Love you
Hashtag
guys.
positive energy. I told them after the show, because they were in uniform at first when we took this picture, and I'll go ahead and retweet that from 3HL so you guys can see these wonderful people. But then they showed up a little bit later in street clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They came to enjoy
So
the show.
I
Yeah.
told them
Watch
after
White
the
Sox.
show, they gave us these coins, and I said, the way I took that was we've been deputized. Like, I'm going to go pull people over. You got my back?
Lord.
What?
And he was like, I always have your back. And I was like, Slay was more worried about us getting pulled over. And
Yeah.
maybe we could use that coin.
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
I don't know how all that
I
works.
was like,
but-
I hope you don't need to use that coin,
Yeah.
Slay. That's what
But
I
guess-
hope.
Mickey got pulled over in the school zone yesterday, 28 and a 15.
Guess what Mickey should have did?
Presented the coin.
Boom. And then if that don't work, you tell him, hold on, officer, I got another coin. That's when you pull out the Army Navy coin.
I think all of those things have to do with drinks, though.
Yeah, even more reason to pull it out.
Yeah, they do.
They can get you out the ticket. Listen, man, I'm going to take you to have a drink. They got a coin. This coin going to get us all the drinks we
Mr.
want.
Ossifer.
Thank you, Mr. Officer.
So anyway, I talked with Mickey last night, and I was like, Mickey had an obvious excuse in that school. He was in a school zone.
Mhm.
School is not in session, so
Right.
you should not have to drive 15 miles an hour. So,
I mean, he's not wrong.
right. And he was presented with a warning. I just told him I was proud that he didn't go, Mickey can run in the red some too. Like, we highlight that part of Don's character a lot, but Mickey can get there.
He turned into a big rascal.
If you want to put it that way.
Yeah, that's what I like. Because I love when he said it. When I
He
came
says
in to get
rascal
a
all the
water,
time.
I like when he said it.
I told him also that you told the story, Don, about don't touch my horse. He loves that story.
I love
He
that
does
voice.
love
Although he thought that the three of you, Madison Blevins, who now does TV in Knoxville, he thought the three of you were going to end up in jail.
I was a little worried.
you knew.
I actually felt like I needed to rein Mickey in, too. Mickey was the one I was
Both of y'all
worried
were
about
going on.
running his mouth. I'm like, don't touch the horse.
615-737-1045. Again, the news coming out today. Taylor Lewan, Roger Saffold, both out.
And Roger Saffold placed on the COVID-19 list.
Kevin in Hopkinsville. What's up in Hoptown, Kevin?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
What
How
up,
are
Kevin?
you?
Oh, pretty good. Question for you. The Titans drafted a guard in the second round, I think, Dylan Radins. How come he's not playing, considering they got all these injuries? And seems like the last couple of years, the linemen that they picked haven't, been measuring out, or am I missing something?
No, one's partying on a boat, and
You
the
are
other
correct.
is buried on the depth chart. Dylan Radins is that guy's name, and Coach Mack was talking about Julio Jones being open on that first play. If you go back and watch the game, he wasn't just open.
It was wide open.
Like the DB couldn't even see him. He was that far away from him. And that would have been a touchdown, and Corey Brewer just turnstile. So, can Dylan Radins do better than that? I don't know.
Man,
Obviously not. He's buried. So
Yeah.
buried on the bench.
Second round pick. And that is, it's not a conversation for right now,
Brewer.
obviously, but it
Aaron
certainly Did you say Corey?
Yeah, Corey.
It's so easy to do that.
Corey Brewer might have been able to dunk on the defensive lineman,
Yeah.
but
Right.
Or
I
extend
think he
his
might be a
arms or
little
something.
light to
Yeah,
to
very
play
light.
on that line.
I see Brewer little.
Anybody see Corey Brewer up in Portland, Tennessee? Tell him we said,
What up?
ask him, can he play left guard for the Titans?
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna start
But-
working on my core. Go ahead, Babs.
No, I was just going to say that is a conversation, though. You do need to work on your core. We had this conversation. That is a.
Hey, man,
Just going right at it
hey.
today. I mean, nobody's
Listen, man. Hey, whatever it is, man, I'm gonna get Babs to make me a list of New Year's resolution, and I'm gonna work on it.
Sorry, Slade. No, because
Life coach.
you
I
were
like
having
it.
some back pain. You were
Right.
having some
Yeah.
knee pain. I just reminded you maybe that comes from the core. And the reason I do that is because I know that my shortcomings and my pain.
Babs, don't try to dress up you shutting
right,
me
yeah.
down. Like, go ahead with your point.
All right. Yeah, get your core in shape. and Dylan Radens, come on, get your you know what together.
Yeah, there you go.
Contribute. Yeah, but no, seriously, second round pick and
Yeah.
And I was concerned with the pick coming in
Everybody was.
because he went to North Dakota State, and we talked about just the difference in what you see on a weekly basis
Not only that.
at a school like that.
He played one game in 2 years.
Correct.
One game at that level in 2 years. I mean,
6'6", 300 pounds, and all the measurables are there, but man.
it's just going to take time with a guy like that.
Yeah, and that's a problem when you compound it with missing the year prior on that line as well. So that makes it even worse. And that's a conversation for the offseason. And when you go through and you say, okay, who contributed out of each draft class and where is there a miss? And that's a conversation.
Yeah.
More of
Doesn't matter right now because there ain't nothing you can do about it.
more of your Titans thoughts when we come back. What you got?
I was gonna tell little Colton. Colton's in the car, little kid listening. Colton, car ain't got no roof. Ho, hey. Oh,
There you go, Colton.
yeah. I got that part down, boy. He rev that little engine up on me. I turned into a little engine that could.
I mean, I know Don likes messing with you, but Hunk's turned that way too.
Yeah.
But at least mine's in a positive.
Yeah, I
At
like
least
that
I'm not
one.
shutting you down.
I like when Hunk
What are
poked
you
the bell.
talking about, Hunk?
Hey, Don's about bettering yourself.
Get it right. Get it right and keep it right.
All right,
how it is,
more
man.
of your thoughts on the Titans 49ers game coming up tomorrow, obviously. And Tennessee hosts number 6 Arizona tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll get Slay's breakdown next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. NewBrakes.com, NUBrakes.com. You need to check these guys out. New Brakes, a mobile brake repair service where they come to you to fix your brakes. How cool is that? Because we all have things to do. So let New Brakes send a certified brake tech wherever you are to fix your brakes. And that's not all. New Brakes is more affordable than getting your brakes fixed at a dealership or repair shop. They use premium brake parts, and they warranty all of their work, so you know it's always done right. And they're backed by thousands of 5-star reviews, to check them out online. Really an incredible service that they provide. NewBrakes.com. That's NUBrakes.com. Get an instant online quote. Choose your repair date, then they come to you to fix your brakes. Convenience at its finest. Tell them you're a Zone listener. You'll get a 10% discount. It's NewBrakes.com. That's NUBrakes.com.
Well, we all know that the Titans will be going into tomorrow night's game without their number one running back because Derrick Henry is still injured. But now the San Francisco 49ers will also be doing the same. Good afternoon. I am Joe Honk. Elijah Mitchell, the number one running back for the 49ers, has not practiced this week, and he was ruled out earlier today due to a knee injury. Now, when it comes to Titans players and who will and will not be on the field, the big news is going to be that left side of the offensive line is going to be kind of bare. Taylor Lewan as well as Roger Saffold both are ruled out, and Roger Saffold has been put on the COVID-19 reserve list. Also, David Long, Laurel Murchison, and both of those players will be joining Taylor Lewan in sweatpants on the side. But Julio Jones is good to go, and most likely you're also going to be seeing number 11 out there as well, just a guess. But also happening is the fact that the college football playoff has come up with alternatives for if there is COVID outbreaks during them, and pretty much that means that the semifinal could be your national championship game. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to go visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. We were with Ryan Kelly not too long ago. That guy, you want to talk about energy, man. We had a hard time keeping up, and I think we're pretty energetic people.
Yeah, but he's live, direct, and ready to go at all times. Just turn the light on, and it's boom. Like Mariani. Could you imagine a conversation between Ryan Kelly and Mariani? They'd just be hollering at each other.
By the way, the moonshine people were at the remote yesterday. I was like, shouldn't the moonshine people sponsor moonshine every Friday? They were like, damn, that's a pretty good idea.
Heck yeah. Man, what?
Come on, old Smokey. Get on in here.
That'd be it.
Injury report, if you missed it, Titans with 4 players listed out at this point. Taylor Lewan and Roger Saffold. There's your left side of your offensive line. David Long, who continues to not be on IR, but continues to miss week after week after week. Laurel Murchison, also out, and that's it. As Hunk mentioned, Elijah Mitchell, averaging almost 5 yards per carry, out for the 49ers, and Coach Mack telling us that's the most dynamic run game in the NFL. They do it all, and they'll put Deebo Samuel, that's my back, fool, back in the backfield, and they call it the Deadpool formation, which I love.
I do too. That's pretty dope.
So all that's coming up tomorrow. Still a 3.5-point line. Have you looked lately?
You know what? I will look right now. I was waiting on our famous numbers man, Todd Fuhrman, to get on and tell us what he thought.
4:30 p.m. Todd Fuhrman will join us. We'll hit all those.
Got a couple of questions to ask him, what he's thinking around this time, because
especially with all the COVID stuff going on.
Oh yeah, with all that being said, Babs, guess what?
What?
Parsley hit last night. You're welcome, everybody.
Oh, boom.
Just saying.
By the way, the line has now dropped, according to one source, is now to 3.
Oh,
yeah, I've seen a little bit of 3.
I was going to say my FanDuel Sportsbook says 3.5.
Yeah, a lot of people took the hook.
Speaking of COVID, Bama assistants Bill O'Brien, Doug Marrone hit the COVID reserve list. Steelers place linebacker Devin Bush on the reserve COVID list.
I hear about it, man.
The Jets have 15 players on the COVID reserve list, including their head coach. He's there too. Texas A&M will not play in the Gator Bowl due to a COVID outbreak.
Yep.
I've heard there might be a little bit of maybe we don't want to play in the bowl, and hey, COVID problems.
Well,
word around the campfire.
Right.
It is 9 days away, though. Yeah. I guess if you have, I guess there is that 10-day mark, right? Is what they say, but officially they say due to a combination of COVID-19 and season-ending injuries. That's why the roster is not in a position to safely participate in the bowl game. Yes.
You know what, Babs?
Which really stinks for Wake Forest because they've had a hell of a season. And Dave Clawson has done a phenomenal job there with recruiting and building and those guys that, helped to kind of build that program. And now all of a sudden they don't get to close it out. That kind of stinks.
It does.
Eric Burkhart said Bishop Sycamore to the Gator Bowl.
Send anybody.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's that made-up school.
Yeah, that's just
For those that don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Sunset 614 on Twitter. After reading Saffold, Lewan, Long, and God knows who else won't be playing, I feel like putting my head in a blender.
Man. Hey, listen. I was just looking because Mayor just told me that have I looked at it lately, and I just went and looked at a couple of my bets.
What you got?
What
you got, Slay?
On December 20th, I made a bet. Tennessee Titans at 145 on the money line.
Okay.
After talking to some of my acquaintances.
Wait, not your reps, your acquaintances.
Yeah, these are my acquaintances.
Wait. You've got like a grid.
Yeah, I got tiers.
You've got tiers. So it takes some work to get into the rep category.
Yeah.
So acquaintance is down the list.
Yeah, but actually no, because you're in a different level than acquaintances, but you happen to fall in acquaintances barrel this time around. You and Mariani.
Me?
You and Mariani, yeah.
Okay.
So on December 22nd at 12:58, I made another bet.
12:58.
I picked the Titans at 150 on the money line. So, Titans, I know there's a lot going on, and like I said, there's no excuses to be made.
Well,
pull this out for me, fellas.
Action 247 has the Titans +3 at +135 on the money line.
It dropped, so I got it at 145, 150. Then it just dropped with the information you just said to 135. So I got it from 145 early. 150 yesterday, now it's back down to 135.
Yeah, don't take it at 135.
No,
you already have it at 145.
Yeah, I'm going to stay up here. Now
Just
they asked some more
keep
points.
your two bets on the one game.
Yeah, I couldn't take it back if I wanted to. I want to, but I can't. So I'm riding with it.
Hey, I hit on Alan Bell's San Diego State last night.
It was something that I couldn't remember man, dude.
You see how disappointed he gets?
Dude, that's the thing about doing the show. Sometimes you got to stay locked in and you forget when you go to commercial.
Lock the door.
Man, this is so crazy.
Yeah. 2-point favorite. Alan Bell said, who were they playing? Texas, San Antonio?
UT.
Said their running back's really good, but he's out.
Yep. And
so go San Diego State.
Man, and he said
14.
Florida also, but we didn't get to ask him about Army and Missouri that I can't wait to ask Todd Fuhrman about.
Yeah, because Florida
plays UCF.
Yeah, Emory Jones is going to transfer after the game. Richardson is hurt.
He going to play?
Yeah.
It didn't transfer?
Yeah. Word around the campfire.
Word around the campfire. Come on, y'all. Now, well, all right.
This is
everybody.
word around the campfire season.
I'm with you. But still.
Richardson, the other quarterback's hurt.
We got to get a grip, man.
Well, and if I was a coach, I'd be like, you're not playing.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, Bab.
Like,
Even if I catch a rumor of this.
There is, you're not playing.
What?
No, because I want somebody who might contribute next year to get the experience.
Check this out.
Come on, Bab.
The interim coach tomorrow for Florida has already been told he will not be retained.
That's it, man. Who y'all?
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm saying, Bab. They want you to walk in the office and ask them, "Hey, man, who y'all think I am? Who you think I am? You expect me to go out here and coach, and I'm gone? I'm just hanging around." No, I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one. Where's Napier? Where's Napier?
He's hanging out. He's ready to take the reins of the program.
Well, I'm going to go over there where he at. That's where I'm going.
He's recruiting.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going over there where he at. What state he in? I'm going to fly out there with him.
He's partying in the portal, trying to find some people to
lit.
fill his roster.
But what if Napier doesn't want Emory Jones, and he definitely doesn't want the interim coach? He already told him.
Yeah, but how you going to send them out there to represent? Regardless of what Napier is about to do, this is the last representation that we see of Florida before the fall. Orange and white really don't
Here's
count.
the other thing. They're a 7-point favorite over Gus in Central Florida.
That's crazy to me. Gus,
See,
I would not take that against Gus Malzahn with a little chip on his shoulder.
Plus, they're saying,
team.
and you know this better than anybody almost, maybe, that Gus does remember things, and if he has a chance to get you back, he's going to get you back. And Auburn lost to Florida in a pretty big game the last time they played. So, Again, that line is so crazy that I'll probably stay away from it.
I'm already jumped on it. Sound like Scooby-Doo right there. I already jumped on it. I'm on that.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to put it in with somebody else. Put it in with Army or Missouri or something.
615-737-1045. Yeah, Missouri's star running back not playing.
Yep.
Quarterback Connor Bazelak out. They're going to roll with a freshman, I think, at quarterback. And then they can't defend the run. We've seen that all year. They got a little better as the year went on. But that's what Army's going to do to them.
Yeah, Army lost their last game. We saw
the rock. And Army is a 7-point favorite against an SEC team.
And they were PO'd about that game against Navy.
Oh, we saw it on the field.
They were, woo. I'm a big dude, but I was like, man, y'all, excuse me, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to let y'all, excuse me, I'm going to get by. I don't even want to run into y'all because y'all ain't playing. Yeah.
Dominic in Nashville next up on 3HL, 615-737-1045. Dominic, what's up?
Well, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
Hey, we're
What
good.
up, Dom?
Man, two things. First, I think Don and Ron might have talked about it yesterday about play calling with the Titans. Like, why aren't we using the quick game if you see the Lions not able to block up like they should? And secondly, Ron, how much they charge Santa to park his sleigh?
How much they charge who?
Santa.
Oh, man, listen, man. He got one of them nice little handicap stickers in the glove compartment, man, that he just, pull up. It ain't really a handicap, but you know what I mean? Nah, yeah, they ain't really a handicap. You know what I mean? He free.
Nah, we didn't charge him nothing. It's on the house.
Oh! Real ones know. That's all. Real ones know. You feel me?
Y'all have a good Merry Christmas, man. Thank
Yeah,
y'all.
Dom, appreciate
That's
it.
real.
Dang, calling Santa out like that.
Hey, no, that's my boy.
That's my boy.
Yeah, he used the sleigh. How y'all think he getting around? You know what I mean?
That's the ultimate sleigh ride.
Yeah. Guy, speaking of the ultimate
Wouldn't
sleigh.
you just love the opportunity to ride around with Santa one Christmas?
Oh,
Could you see that?
man, do you know how many houses we would miss?
Well, Santa, he moves around the world without anybody knowing it. If Sleigh's in the ride with him,
I'm turning it
everybody-
up.
That's where everybody's going to see Santa.
Man, I'm going to have little Rudolph, little red nose vibrating and everything. I'm going to have the music banging. I'm talking about, boy, little presents hopping out the back of the seat. Hey,
Slayer ain't got no room.
Man, what? Little kids wake up and catch us down there. You ride with us. Ain't no need going back to bed. Hop in with us, boss. We got a couple little more spots to hit. Let's roll. Man, we on. Man, happy birthday, Coach Pump. My boy, Pump, Michael Claybrooks, man. Happy
Today's
birthday.
Pump's birthday?
Today, Pump birthday, man. See?
How old's Pump? You going to out him?
Yeah, Pump 40.
Oh, today's the big
Yeah,
one.
Pump older than me.
41.
He might be 41. I don't know. Pump might be 40.
Michael Claybrooks.
Yeah, me and Pump is in the same grade, though, so he probably 40. I don't know.
Pearl Cone Firebird.
You better know it. One of MLK's greatest. Andrew Jackson, baby. What up?
CPA Lion.
There you go.
Adam Schefter, 15 Jets out due to COVID. Head coach Robert Saleh, cornerback Michael Carter, wide receiver Elijah Moore, guard Vera Tucker, defensive lineman Foley Fatukasi.
He didn't sound
I
slow.
don't want to mispronounce that. Defensive end Jay Franklin Myers, special teamer Justin Hardy, linebacker H. Nasiruddin, safety Niesman, Jeff Smith, Blake Cashman, Noah Dawkins, Lamar Jackson, not that one, although he didn't practice today either for the Ravens with the ankle. Tanzel Smart and Vincent Smith.
Hey, man.
15.
Do we make it through this season with the NHL just pulled NBA talking about changing games? NFL right
Yes,
there on the
because
corner?
they'll stop testing
Okay.
vaccinated players
Okay.
with no symptoms.
Well,
The NFL's already got a plan to do that. We'll be right back. Todd Fuhrman coming up at 4:30. Stay tuned. 615-737-1045. Bet local with action247.com. Go ahead and get signed up. I'm looking at the NFL games right now. Tennessee Titans a 3-point underdog to San Francisco, and you can go money line, which means you're betting you're betting on the Titans to win outright. You can get plus 135 on your money there. I heard Coach Mack talking about Green Bay with Rhett B last night, And Rhett B pointed out, well, Green Bay might have some players out. And Coach Mack said, well, is Aaron Rodgers going to be there? And Rhett B said, yeah. And he goes, well, then I'll go Green Bay. So you might be in that boat too. Indianapolis, huge game at Arizona, 1-point underdog now. Money going toward Arizona in that deal. Action247.com, that's the website. Go ahead and get signed up, and then let me know what your bets are coming up this weekend in the NFL, and I'll do the same as I try to figure it out. But the only local legal sportsbook in the state of Tennessee is Action247.com. Get signed up. If you have a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
Zero res. Let's talk about it because we all need insanely clean carpets, and maybe you want them before you have people coming into town. Maybe you want them after you have family and everybody coming to visit you. Zero res is who you need to call. Powered water technology is what they do. So they clean those surfaces without detergents, without harsh chemicals, and that means your carpet stays cleaner longer. Unlike a lot of other carpet cleaning companies, no soap, no residue, no stickiness, no crunchiness, just soft, fluffy carpets that stay clean longer. And your surfaces dry twice as fast with no harsh chemicals. And the most important part of that, and trust me, I feel you because I've got 4 dogs and a baby. Chaos. And dirty carpets too, by the way. Yeah. So the best part of it is that you know it's safe for your family. Zero Res has the highest approval rating possible from the Carpet and Rug Institute. But here's the deal. They are rated the #1 cleaning system in the nation by an independent testing laboratory. So you know that when they clean, there's nothing left behind. There's no residue. You don't have to worry about it. It's awesome. And right now, what is also awesome is you can call them at 615-535-9376. Tell them you heard about them right here on the Zone, and you can get 3 rooms of carpet. 3 rooms of carpet clean plus a free hallway for $129. Also $50 off of air duct cleaning. Some restrictions may apply, but 615-535-9376 is the number. ZeroResNashville.com. You can book online there. ZeroResNashville.com. Don't forget to ask about their air duct cleaning.
I just figured if I let this go, maybe Don will start dancing.
To zero.
I had the TV on a G League game. There you go, Davenport.
Chair dancing.
On
You can't see it on my camera, though.
Chair dancing.
Now they got another camera on you. We were watching a G League game. Slay's like, what are you doing? This game was on yesterday.
So man. Like, we don't want to watch that again.
Well, so what'd you put on instead? Ted.
Ted 2.
Ted 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. That's even worse.
No, this is even greater.
Ted
I mean, at
is
least
the
put it on a
funniest.
Christmas movie or
This
something.
is kind of Christmassy.
Ted is the funniest, maybe most inappropriate, like stuffed animal movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Tennessee hosted number 6 Arizona tonight at 6 o'clock. Vol Network coverage begins after Titans tonight. We'll join in progress. Vol's favored by 2. FPI gives Tennessee a 76.8% chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona is 11-0. They do have an 80-62 win over number 4 Michigan.
That's correct.
They play at number 19 Tennessee tonight, then at number 5 UCLA, then at number 8 USC. That's a little run for them.
Yep.
And they've got a bunch of sophomores. Mathurin, 6'6", 210-pound sophomore, leads Arizona in scoring with 17.4 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 2 assists. Shoots 42% from 3. Tabulis is 6'11", sophomore, averaging 16 and 7. And Krisa is another sophomore, averaging 12 points, 5 assists per game. What do you think about tonight's matchup? You went into it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Tennessee's got to get physical down low.
Yeah, they got to establish a presence where they're going to control the paint, knowing that you're going against 7-footers. That's the way that they thrive. The way that a 7-footer could be involved in the game is if he's disruptive on penetrations, on the boards, running the floor, and finishing around the basket. That's the only way. Especially a guy that's not. These guys are not 7-foot Dirk Nowitzki's where they're out there spreading the floor and shooting threes and stuff. So that's not a factor you have to worry about. But what you do have to worry about is when you're going in there penetrating, the guy right there ready to help, and you drop it off to a big, and he goes up and try to shoot something soft. You got to go up and finish. Prepare to take the contact, finish through contact, and get the bucket. It's that simple. And you got to be able to box out. You cannot lean on somebody, a 7-footer, and try to box him out. 7-footers, you got to put body all the way into them and drive them out. Finish the defensive possession, get the rebound. That's what it's about for the Vols. I think our backcourt can handle anybody in the nation, honestly. I think Kennedy Chandler is going to be a guy that's really going to get going in this. Also, Santi, got to get bench play. Bench play is going to be huge. It's at home. This is the reason that guys like Fulkerson came back. Not only because, he didn't finish the way he wanted to, but they missed that fan aspect of it being packed to the rafters, it rocking and rolling, and a big-time opponent coming in there, and you playing, and you really getting to feel what that excitement and all the light show and all the hoopla is about that you got to experience on your visit. So here it is tonight.
I think the threes will be falling too.
I do too.
In Knoxville.
At home.
In a game like this.
And it's home.
On
you know what I'm saying?
ESPN2 tonight also.
The only thing that I'm fearful of also is the long break. Memphis would have been great to be able to get some up and down. You know what I mean? They had 8 days in between this, now a game, then they're going to have 8 more days off, then on the road. But on the flip side of that, it could be they're chomping at the bits to get out there.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, so
like on the flip side of it, it's, man, we're because they were jacked for that Memphis game. I mean, ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
And so for it to be kind of called off last minute like that, I would go more towards, okay, we're ready to go. Now, is there a possibility you're too hyped?
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, I think, but that's why we say the bench has to come into play on this,
right?
Because you want to be able to hurry up and catch a second win. If this was on the road, I would really be fearful because you got to catch a second win. I mean, you got to put guys in the game that may not be ready for that time to step up. But with the crowd behind bench guys, it's a totally different game than it is on the road. So be able to get those guys going, man, and I expect great things, man. And the way that Memphis beat Alabama, honestly, the crowd was the biggest factor.
Alabama lost again last night.
To Davidson.
Davidson.
At home.
Yeah, Steph Curry wasn't walking through that door.
No, he wasn't.
From Jason Munn, speaking of Memphis, more shenanigans going on potentially. Memphis was likely going to be without their best player and certain first-round pick, Amani Bates, in the Tennessee game. This whole thing smells fishy.
You think?
Somebody needs to get to the bottom of what really
Somebody need to
happened
get in the
down
cat litter and clean the cat litter out.
Ace on Twitter, at the RHL 1045. Props for acknowledging Ted 2 is the superior Ted movie. I don't know that we went that far, but as a series.
I mean, is it better than Ted 1?
That's what he's saying.
I'm going to choose Ted 1 all day long. But don't think I'm turning the channel when Ted 2 come on.
No, because there it is.
Yeah, and I wouldn't let you turn it.
Matt in Nashville, and then we'll get Todd Fuhrman in here. Matt, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up,
Don, Brent, Ron, happy holidays.
You too, Matt.
Thank you, brother.
I had a question for you. When the schedule was released to have players join your team at Buffalo Wild Wings for the live show, are you guys going to take responsibility for Saffold ending up on the COVID list?
Negative.
No, that was far out, brother.
That was like over a week ago.
Yeah, that was far out on us,
It
brother.
was last Tuesday, and they sit at least 6 feet from us. But we do take a picture with them, though. That's true.
Yep. Yeah,
Are you guys going to take responsibility? Are you going to take responsibility for a virus that is so super contagious that freaking 75% of the country has it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
And it's asymptomatic. But, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
But on top of it,
So
that
the
was
answer
last
is a
Tuesday.
hard no.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not
Humongous.
taking responsibility
Actually,
for that.
I kind of want to come a little bit harder on my no, but
Don't.
but I'm
Yeah, we all right.
I'm stepping out of the red. I'm stepping out.
If
of
that
the
question would have been asked at 3:00.
red. I'd have been like, listen, beep beep beep, da-da-da-da-da, beep,
Honk, honk.
da-da-da-da, beep.
Meanwhile, Todd Fuhrman joins us from Las Vegas.
Hi, Todd.
Todd, what's up?
Todd!
What's going on, guys? Hopefully everyone is doing well in lovely Nashville this afternoon.
We are. Happy holidays on the front end of everything. You got any big plans coming up?
Absolutely none. Have the fiance's entire family coming over Saturday for Christmas Day. I have some NFL responsibilities, so I'll be ducking in and out and have to do everything in my power to keep from drinking until halftime of the nightcap is passed, so I can at least appear to be semi-coherent when I go on CBS's airwaves.
Yeah, Slay was just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Do everything you can to stay coherent before halftime.
You know, it's somewhat overrated, I'll be completely honest. But for job security and everything else, I have much better control of what comes out of my mouth when I've only had 2 or 3 cocktails in the system instead of 6+.
I agree.
I love it. All right, let's go ahead and start. San Francisco at Tennessee coming up tomorrow. 3.5 the early line, down to 3 in some places. Do you find any value on the Tennessee side of things?
I do not, but I'm also not running to the window to back the 49ers here. I think the betting market has caught up to where these two teams are in the season. The look-ahead number for this game was right around a pick 'em, but of course Tennessee goes on the road, comes up a yard short from having a chance to knock off the Steelers in a game they dominated in terms of total yardage. Meanwhile, San Francisco, they look to be a bit of a juggernaut right now. Winners of 5 of their last 6, been a top 5 scoring offense and defense during that stretch. When you look at the Titans, and this won't come as a surprise to any Titans fans, you dig into some of the numbers. Points per game have dropped from 28-plus per contest to a shade more than 18. Yards per game from 377 to 302 without Derrick Henry. But more importantly, you've seen Ryan Tannehill's production really fall off. It's a combination of protection issues up front, and we know that left side of the offensive line won't be any healthier, and just not having weapons in the receiving core. So I'm not quite sure how this matchup will play out. Obviously, the travel works in the Titans' favor, but in terms of the personnel on the football field, I think San Francisco is the far superior side as we sit here headed into Week 16.
So we talk about how much players affect point spreads, right? Like, and you have consistently said that quarterbacks can affect the line. Not necessarily other players, although Derrick Henry, given everything, maybe 2.5, somewhere in there, depending on the matchup. What about it looks like A.J. Brown is going to be able to go. It looks like Julio Jones, who practiced fully today, will be able to go. Does that change things at all?
It definitely helps because it offsets some of the lack of weaponry that we've seen from Tennessee, specifically in the passing game over the last couple of weeks. And Ryan Tannehill's passer rating has really shown the difference with and without Derrick Henry. I mean, you're talking about numbers that are more in line with the mid-80s. With Henry in the fold, it's 115 plus. So having those two guys out there, knowing that Todd Fuhrman has filled in admirably with 155 yards and 35 carries over the last 2 weeks, you'd think that would give them some balance. But I do wonder, matched up against the likes of a Nick Bosa coming off of the edge, if you're down to your second stringers on that left side of the offensive line, how aggressive do you want to be with Ryan Tannehill? I think his legs have to be the X factor in this game, maybe a designed run or two. We've seen him be more proficient as a runner, especially inside the 10-yard line, than as a passer over the last couple weeks, and imagine that trend would continue if they get into scoring territory tomorrow.
Okay. Todd, now,
sorry, we just had some bad rats.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Indy at AZ. What we got looking at? This, I believe this turned into a pick 'em also, right?
Yeah, this is another game that's moved a ton as well, Slay. When you look at the number forecasting going into last weekend, Arizona would have been about a 3.5, 4-point favorite, but the Colts go out there and dominate New England for the better part of 3 quarters, despite Carson Wentz only completing 5 passes. Arizona goes on the road and becomes the first team in NFL history that had 10-plus wins to lose to a team that had 1 win or less by double digits. So 2 opposite ends of the coin. You dig into some of the Cardinals' recent numbers, and they're not exactly a ringing endorsement for trying to back this team. I mean, the last 2 weeks, Kyler Murray's seen the worst completion percentage of his season, really crater his yards per attempt for the season from 8.9 down to 7.1. He's turned the ball over 3 times in a passer rating that's really fallen off the table. And I think what we're seeing from Arizona is some vulnerability on the defensive side. Plus, it's rare that the road team comes in a more advantageous travel situation, but that's what you have here with Arizona crisscrossing the country to take on the Lions. I think they'll be better here, and when you look at these two teams from a value perspective, it's probably Arizona or pass, but I just haven't been a believer in the Cardinals. I've said that for weeks. That market has finally caught up to them, and I feel this is a game better served to sit on the sidelines than it is to tangle with a particular side.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting. So many of these games have playoff implications. It's difficult to kind of roll through all of them, obviously. But let's go to Buffalo at New England. New England favored by 2.5 at home against the Bills.
And I think New England's going to throw the ball more than 3 times in this particular matchup than what we saw the first time around against Buffalo. Although the Bills' run defense continues to be porous. I mean, they're giving up chunk yards. They're giving up a ton of overall yardage in these games. So New England, I think, will be able to operate effectively through the play-action game. Problem for the Patriots is they're down some weaponry as far as receivers are concerned. We know Nelson Aguilar left last game with a concussion, Kendrick Bourne in COVID protocol, so we'll see if either of those guys come back. But I think this is the kind of game where New England can lean on their tight ends. It's got to be a Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry type performance. Defensively, New England has dealt a little bit of a benefit, knowing that they won't have to contend with slot receiver Cole Beasley, although Gabriel Davis has really come on of late. 6 touchdown catches so far this season, had a couple of them last week. If the number got to 3, you are going to see some money on Buffalo, and if all things were equal, I was hell-bent on going over the total here because I think these defenses are a little bit overrated, but I want to make sure I know exactly what weapons are going to be out there. If the total were to tick down some and the forecast looks favorable, can see making a slight value play going over 43 if the number came down a shade.
How much attention do you put on weather? Like, do you check weather on all of these games?
This time of year, a ton. I'm checking it usually once in the morning and once at night, especially with venues that we know are notorious for late season forecasts where you'll get those swirling winds, you'll get some of the other elements that play a role. And I think one of the big parts when you look at weather and try and figure out where you can get a little bit of an edge, wind is the single biggest factor if you want to make a case to go under the total, because even a light dusting of snow or some rain actually can give the advantage to the offense. Yes, it's a wet football, but the offense knows where they're going. It can hurt footing on the defensive side, whereas wind, forget about it. It's typically a huge benefit, especially if we're talking about gusts of 15 miles an hour or greater.
Todd, let me take you to college for a second. We got UCF and Florida. Florida in flux with, I don't know who's leading this program. You got one guy that's just watching the game, and you got one guy that's coaching the game that really ain't really a coach.
Yeah, he's gone after the game.
Yeah, I don't know. But then you got Malzahn looking to get a chip off his shoulder.
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think UCF will have to be thrilled to be in this particular spot, playing in their home state, knowing that it's going to get tougher and tougher to recruit in the state of Florida when you look at the other programs, especially coming from the Power 5 conferences. If this game was played during the regular season, though, we'd be looking at Florida as a double-digit favorite. Of course, that's not quite the case here. To your point, you don't know exactly who's going to be calling the shots from a coaching standpoint. You have a quarterback who said he's going to enter the transfer portal after the game. As we know, Jack Miller, the former Ohio State quarterback, looks to be the guy with the inside track once Billy Napier takes over. I think this is where live betting comes in, because you're going to know pretty early on if Florida wants to be there. If they do, they can be a team that's running downhill. If they're a little bit checked out and UCF treats this game like the Super Bowl, like I think they will, they'll have an excellent chance to win it outright, because you know Gus and company would love to exact a pound of flesh from Big Brother within the state.
So I'm going to take that as money line, UCF.
I do honestly, Slay, I don't think that's a terrible way to look at it, because I think it's boom or bust. I don't see a scenario where this is a game played inside the number.
Right.
And I think if UCF is going to be the team that's more engaged, they can run away and hide. If Florida wants to be there, the 7 may not be enough to try and get you to the window.
Right.
Interesting. What about today with Missouri and Army?
You know, this was a game early on. I wanted to make a case for Missouri, knowing that it's rare to get an SEC opponent catching nearly a full touchdown against a service academy. The one thing we have grown accustomed to is service academies playing exceptionally well in bowl games, but it's rare for them to be favored by this margin over Power 5 teams. And you dig into what Army's played as far as a schedule this season, I mean, you're hard-pressed to find anything of real substance there. I mean, this is one of the worst strengths of schedule of any team coming into the bowl season. Yes, they played Wisconsin. Yes, they played Wake Forest, but you gave up 70 to Wake. You went down the road to Wisconsin in a game that wasn't nearly as competitive as 20-14. But Missouri, of course, without Tyler Beatty, Brady Cook will be under center. At 7, I can see making a slight case for Missouri. But if some of their ails that were plagued them all season long and stopping the run rear its ugly head, this is the kind of opponent that can demoralize you pretty quickly.
Is there an NFL game we didn't touch on that you like?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you look at one of the games in the AFC North, and I know this total's been bet up a shade, but I think there are going to be some points in Baltimore and Cincinnati. This is a Ravens defense dealing with a ton of question marks in their back end. They know they have to be a little bit more aggressive offensively because they can't try and win defensive slugfest with basically their entire starting secondary from early in the season out. Meanwhile, Cincinnati has the playmakers that are more than capable of putting a hurt on Baltimore. On the other side, we'll see if Lamar Jackson returns at 100%, but I think Baltimore's passing game can do enough against this Bengals banged-up defense that the game will be a little bit higher scoring than the 44.5 suggests.
Great stuff, Todd. Really appreciate it, man. Have a great week, and we'll talk with you soon.
Always a pleasure, guys. Have a great holiday and enjoy all the bowl games.
You too, Todd.
At Todd Fuhrman, Bet the Board podcast. Check him out. Interesting. 615-737-1045 is the phone number. More 3HL next on 1045 The Zone.
Hey, for everybody that just stuck around, how about this? I'm going to give away tickets.
Look at that. You never know what's going to happen on this show.
No, Tennessee Vols tickets. Vols fans, your chance to win tickets to see your Vols right here in town at the Music City Bowl, color number 5. Right now, 615-737-1045. Your chance to win these tickets to see Tennessee and Purdue in the 2021 TransPerfect Music City Bowl, Thursday, December 30th at Nissan Stadium. Good luck to you. Call Hunk.
I really thought you were about to start singing like Slay.
Yes.
About tickets. Yeah, I mean, always listen. Lock it in. Rip the knob off. Because you never know. Maybe we should have done that during the segment. But we chose to do it during the break. And Action247.com, that's where you need to go to bet local on sports. Action247.com. We just rolled through some of Todd Fuhrman stuff. San Francisco, the better team as it's composed right now, but he's not running to the window, he said, to bet the 49ers. Indianapolis and Arizona, that's a pick 'em now. Indianapolis, a 1-point underdog. Todd saying he's not running to the window to bet that one either. So maybe you would like to. Baltimore, Cincinnati over. He does like that one. So action247.com is the website. Get it done there if you want to go. What else are we doing? Central Florida money line. 7-point underdog to Florida. Might be an interesting play for you there. Again, the only local legal sports book in the state of Tennessee. Bet local. If you have a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Love my guy calling in, blaming us for Roger Saffold on the COVID reserve list.
What do we do?
That was number one. That was last Tuesday. I'm quite sure that Roger Saffold was around.
Come on, dude.
Several other people over the course of the last week. And
maybe the Steelers?
As Hunk pointed out, Devin Bush tested positive for COVID. And Saffold blocked him. But anyway, nice try, bro. 615-737-1045. It looks like Ramon Foster is in the chat.
Savagery is in the chat. Like Smokey's on the prowl.
Smokey going to be on the prowl tonight?
I'll smoke it. Hey, boy. Hey. Smokey going.
I bet you love these like random non-conference games against really good opponents.
Heck yeah,
especially at home.
Oh my goodness, dude. See, that was half of our problem. In my day, we couldn't really get opponents. Man, didn't nobody really want to come to Thompson Bowling like that. I'm telling you, you're gonna get upset if you are higher ranked than us. You're gonna get upset, and if you wasn't higher ranked than us, we're gonna run your wheels up off of you. Tell you that right now, your little car won't have no roof or no wheels playing around with us. But I'm telling you, especially in different conferences, man, we took that personal.
Did you have some like go-to trash talk, or did it just like kind of hit you in the moment?
It always hit me in the moment.
Yeah,
it
wasn't like a same thing over and over.
No, it was always new.
You got fresh in your game.
Man, I'm going to get fresh every single time, man. That's a part of, listen, this is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I embody the city of Nashville, Tennessee, man, the state of Tennessee. So when I ran out there, I'm giving you everything. I'm talking about, and it's all going to be fresh. I got new material every single time. If I even got to make it up, it's going to be new.
If you started like 0 for 6, were you still talking? Or would you wait till you got your game going?
No, I'm still talking. All I'm going to be telling you is, come on, man, help me. Help me.
Help me help you.
Exactly. Help me give you these buckets. That's what I need you to help me do. Just rile me up. Just one thing. Don't. And then, see, I did run.
I dare you to give me a lob pass on the break.
Please. I used to run across people that used to try to be quiet. And I would tell them, no, talk, dog. Be yourself out here with me. Because that's all I'm looking for. And once they give it to me, it was on. Especially after my sophomore year, really, sophomore year on, because you start to learn the officials. And they kind of know you. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, man, it's just, especially SEC officials.
TV Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy Valentine.
Whatever, man, that's something else, boy. There's something you can't play with, but I'm telling you, ever since I got John Clockerty on my side, I couldn't be messed with, boy. TV Teddy, Doug Shaw's, all of them.
Doug Shaw.
Yeah, all of them, man. Couldn't mess with me, boy, because John would say something to him. I know he never told me this, but I know John would say something to him. I know he would. Like, you can't pick on that, man, because they was picking on me. My freshman, literally, no doubt of picking on me.
My favorite Slay stuff was when, actually, your freshman year, when you were the sixth man, and Jerry Green would just look down the bench, and he wouldn't even say anything. Like, you would just go running to the score table.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have ever looked my way. That means you must want me in there.
He might have been looking at Harris Walker.
He could have been looking at anybody. Man, dude, I used to sit right next to the last assistant coach. I'm gone. They don't need me to be down there at the end of the bench. Can't get in quick enough. I got to be down there close. And I'm in a dead sprint till I thought I was the truth. My sophomore year, then I used to walk because I knew I was the next one coming off the bench.
Here we go.
Man, I used to let everybody see me put that headband on.
Because you'd have the headband around your neck.
Yeah, and it's time to rock and roll. It's time to rock and roll. Car ain't got no roof.
And it's funny because when you started walking, I remember the crowd would react.
Yeah, they know what
Game's
time it
going
is.
on.
Yeah, it sure is. They know what's going on. But guess what, man? That's the impact of a home game. And when you got a home game and you got an opponent like Arizona coming in tonight, undefeated, number 6 in the nation, knowing that you've played a Villanova, North Carolina, played Texas Tech, you played some ranked teams, didn't really play them the way you wanted to. Now you got an opportunity before the break going in SEC play to make a statement. Here you go.
I saw this story. This is really interesting. During the Idaho Potato Bowl, this was yesterday. Did you guys see this?
What's wrong with Saturday?
I love the Idaho Potato Bowl.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
Talk to me.
During the Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked that bowl game, Babs?
I sure have.
Have you?
Twice.
Did they give you potatoes?
No. And I would have loved potatoes. I mean, they do douse although back when I worked it, because it was a while ago, it was in my first couple of years with ESPN. now they douse the winning coach in French fries.
I saw that.
Yeah, but they didn't used to do that when
it takes a minute
I
for the
was
French
there.
fries to get like out of the canister
Yeah.
or whatever. But so talking to Coach Fuhrman, I was like, what do you remember when the clock struck 0? And he's like, grab my daughter's hand. Next thing I know, somebody's handing me a bunch of Tostitos chips.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Take his chips.
All right. So during the Idaho Potato Bowl, a Kent State offensive lineman was flagged for a false start. That, however, is not the story. The story is that a Kent State offensive lineman was flagged for a false start because he puked pre-snap.
Oh, bless his heart.
Right there on the field. Now, the interesting part, and this is crazy, I saw the video. He didn't move. Like, you saw him puke.
There ain't no false start then.
He didn't move. That's what I was thinking.
What?
You can't blame me for throwing up on the field. That's not a penalty.
So if my mouthpiece fall out my mouth and it falls on the side of the defense, that's a false start?
I didn't even see that. Now, that probably happened, I guess.
I mean, but still, it ain't you.
He didn't move. It's amazing. So, like, credit that. I think that guy, like, they should get 5 yards for his ability to not move while throwing up pre-snap.
And they really lucky he did it pre-snap, because if he would have did it as soon as they snapped the ball, he would throw up in somebody's helmet.
Ew.
Well, he was blocking.
It's called strategy.
It's like Stand By Me. Because usually, like, if somebody sees somebody throw up, somebody's got a weak stomach, then they throw up.
You just keep saying that.
That'll happen.
Can you
I might
imagine?
throw up right now.
If everybody would have just started puking.
Everybody start making the sound.
So, like,
Start
if the
making
guy
the sound.
guarding him would have thrown up, then is that offside?
Yeah, offsetting. See? It's
One of my
offset.
favorite things that Dawn does is her fake puke sound.
Ugh.
We'll go to break on that. Hope you're enjoying your dinner right now. 5 o'clock hour coming up. Titans 49ers. We got the injury report. Who's out for both teams? We got it for you next on 104.5 The Zone.
That's it right there.
Game coming up tomorrow. Perfect time for you to try some Daddy Rack Tennessee straight whiskey. It's new. You need to try some today. And if you're going to tailgate, maybe take that to your tailgate crew and let them taste some new whiskey that's out there. It's also local, and you can get it in, it's made in Columbia, Tennessee. You can get it anywhere. Try some. You're going to love it. It's so smooth, you can drink it by itself. Maybe put an ice cube or two in there. It's perfect. Slay said he will tonight. Perfect to mix if you like to mix your whiskey with Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, ginger ale, whatever. It is a utilitarian whiskey that is really, really good and priced right as an everyman whiskey at $29.99. You can check out the story of the brand at daddyrack.com. Daddy Rack Tennessee Straight Whiskey, really, really good. Perfect opportunity for you to try it with Thursday Night Football coming up. Add it to your bar. Share it with your friends. Try some today. That's Daddy Rack Tennessee Straight Whiskey.
Good evening. I am Joe Hunk, and Elijah Mitchell, the running back for the San Francisco 49ers, is coming into tomorrow night with 759 rushing yards. Yes, it's still less than Derrick Henry. And Elijah Mitchell is also going to be leaving tomorrow night with 759 rushing yards because he is out again. He also missed the Atlanta Falcons game, but the official and final injury report is out, and he will not be on the field. Now, when it comes to the Titans, Julio Jones will be on the field. He was a full participant in practice today, but Taylor Lewan, Roger Saffold, neither of those players will be on the field tomorrow evening. Neither will David Long or Laurel Murchison. So there's a little bit of information for you when it does come to that injury report. No update on A.J. Brown because technically he is still on the IR. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, though, you need to go visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy. What day is it?
Christmas
Are you guys
Eve,
like
Eve?
me?
Eve?
Christmas Eve?
It's game day eve.
It's game day Eve. There you go, Hunk.
I don't know what day it is, man. I do
It's
know
game
this.
day Eve, and the Niners are coming to town. Enjoy your very long trip.
The least amount of light you're going to experience is on December 21st, the winter solstice. That was yesterday. So now we're moving forward toward more light. And hopefully the politicians in this country can just fall forward, spring forward. That's it. Spring forward and stay there.
Doubt it.
We can't agree on COVID, but we can agree on this. Come on, people.
Like it dark at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's just me. If I were running for some kind of office, that would be
That'd be the first
my
thing you
campaign. That would be my campaign. Yeah, and this guy probably be my body man, my speech man, my hype man, Rod Slay.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
You know how there's always a hype man on stage that's just dancing?
Yeah.
I always wanted to be that guy.
You'd have to give me a microphone, though, because I can't just dance.
No, I want to be that guy.
Oh, you want to be okay.
I'll be your hype man.
That's cool with me.
I'll just do the running man
I just keep pointing at you.
in like an
making you
Adidas
different
jumpsuit.
the whole time. Every time. And check it, y'all. Here go Brent. Bring it back.
I love it. Titans 49ers coming up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Are the Titans fans going to be dancing after that game?
You know what?
615-737-1045.
I think so, man. I ain't gonna leave it. Even though, like, did we mention who's out?
Well, the entire left side of the offensive line's out. Taylor Lewan and Roger Saffold. That's pretty big. Who else? Merch.
There we go.
Big Merch.
And David Long.
There we go.
Those four are out.
Merch and Lewan, the vets of the O-line, are out outside of Ben Jones.
Elijah Mitchell, San Francisco's running back, is out also. So they've been hit too. And they like to ground and pound. And he's got 4 100-plus yard games this season, including 133 against Minnesota a couple of games ago with a touchdown.
Who practiced today?
Julio Jones practiced today. Fully participated.
Helps my soul.
I mean, just having them lining up on either side of the quarterback.
And see, people were hard.
Because A.J.
man.
Brown, I think, is going to play too. On some level.
You make my soul feel good.
That's what I'm here to do, Slay.
Because, man, Julio had his hands in his pocket watching practice yesterday, and a lot of people got on him. Like, that ain't his fault.
Where do you want his hands? I never know where to put my hands.
I mean,
so I usually put them in my pocket.
Like, even if we wasn't watching, y'all want him in there. Like, he's in, man, these dudes want to play, man, especially this stretch we coming. So that's why the stretch that we're going down right now, that is why I think this defense is equipped to carry the guys.
Yeah, George Kittle is going to have to be dealt with. So
yeah,
is that a Kevin Byard thing, a Monty Hooker thing? Is that a linebacker thing, a Jayon Brown thing? So what are you doing with him? Plus, he is an elite blocker as well.
We got Rashawn Evans back, right?
Yeah.
Rashawn can run with him. Athletic. Yeah, but Kittle a different animal. I'm going to have to go buy it. I might have to go two people.
What about Christian Fulton's hit on the tight end last week?
Oh, Fulton. Now Fulton got some nastiness in him.
I mean, that was.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hello. You see me?
Freiermuth.
Yeah, laid down.
I mean, he just stood there. I mean, he got dazed.
Yeah, confused.
So, yeah, George Kittle will be a problem. And then Deebo Samuel, where is he going to be? Because that guy, they say, basketball players are positionless now. Deebo unfortunately for you.
Yeah, that's stupid.
They say Deebo Samuel is positionless.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, he'll line up in the backfield.
Like a Cordell Patterson now. He can play
that crazy.
Play wide receiver.
I was talking to a member of the Falcons organization not too long ago about him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there ain't no part of that dude that looks like a running back. But, man, props to y'all for getting that out of him.
Great for it.
Because a lot of people in the NFL don't like to try new stuff necessarily. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. 615-737-1045 if you want in. Matt Norlander with an interesting tweet about the NCAA. So there's been a lot of talk today about what happens in bowl games, and teams have been pulling out. Texas A&M pulled out of the Gator Bowl. So they're trying to find an opponent for Wake Forest, and Dawn appropriately stated her case about Wake Forest being, one of those really cool stories this year.
Yep.
In terms of what they were able to get done on the gridiron.
With a lot of seniors.
And so the Final Four, they're coming up with plans. Like if Georgia and Michigan can't go, then the national championship would come from the Alabama-Cincinnati game, for example, and nobody wants to go down that path, but that's what they're talking about. So Matt Norlander said today, sources, NCAA held a call today with medical advisory panel and membership regarding Omicron. At this stage, there is no change in policy about quarantine length, which is 10 days for the vaccinated/boosted. But, and this is the interesting part, there is hope the CDC guidelines will soon change. When it does, the NCAA will follow suit. Again, that's why I'm surprised the NFL, because the NFL makes headlines no matter what they do. And I'm surprised that their new protocols haven't gotten much more attention than they have, unless it, doesn't fit a narrative that people want. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I stay out of politics. 615-737-1045. You mentioned this guy earlier today on the show, Coach Pump.
Ta!
Happy birthday, my friend. Here we go.
You silly, man.
What's up,
guys?
What's up, Coach Pump?
Legendary show, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. Man, when I get in the car, I be listening to y'all, and then my little boy take over my phone and start looking at his little PJ Masks and all that stuff. So I didn't have it coming through the speaker. So when I turned it off, they said I got a shout out, man. So I just called to thank y'all, man. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
No doubt, dude. My man, dog.
Happy birthday.
Man, did been through it, boy. I'm talking about since about 11 years old, huh, did? 10, 11 years old, did.
Say it again.
I said we've been through it, baby, since about 10, 11 years old, man. Been riding for a long time.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sandbox, baby.
No doubt.
Coach Pump's in the sleigh marathon, huh?
Oh, he couldn't get out if he wanted to, I promise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, well, happy birthday, bro. Appreciate you.
Man. I appreciate it. I just wanted to call and thank you.
All right,
love
you go.
Fool.
Michael Claybrooks.
It's my boy, man. It's my boy. Hey, man. Hey, when we was little, man, Pump and them used to always have some good snacks at their house. So
these are the things he remembers. Who had the good snacks?
Pump and them used to have some good snacks, man. So, rest in peace, his mom, Steph, man, him and Brian, man, his brother, I used to go up to walk with him and be like, I couldn't go in every time, you know what I mean? Miss Steph didn't play that, you can't just be wandering in the house, you know what I mean? But I used to be like, hey, man, bring one of them pickles out. They used to get the big jars. Yeah, they used to get, the big jars.
With the really big pickles?
Yeah, man, bring one of them pickles out, Pump. My boy.
You like pickles?
What? Love them. Woo. Pickles and Kool-Aid?
Very nice.
Man.
Oh, that's right. We've had
already
this
been
conversation.
Yeah, and
This.
see,
That's
guess
right.
what? Guess what?
I forgot.
And the freeze cup. See, at that time, it was just you get a gold-blooded pickle and a freeze cup.
Yep.
Man, the chair, and then you have to take it and push it with your chin to get it out the styrofoam cup and flip it upside down where all the sugar at. Then it'll melt down in the cup and you drink it out of you. Hey, well, did it with that pickle.
Okay, I don't know that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to school you, man.
That's why he needs his own TV because he just demonstrated this
Yes, he
whole thing.
Yes,
I got
he
you.
did.
I got you. I'm telling you, man. The candy lady used to have them freeze cups. Quarter.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
A quarter.
Man, quarter for a freeze cup.
Back
bro.
in the day, a quarter will get you a lot, man.
So would,
And
man.
2 quarters get you anything in the vending machine.
So would. Hey. There we go.
We used to walk around the halls saying, "Can I bump 50 cents?"
Hey, boy, you know what you can do at lunch with 50 cents?
Oh, Tahitian treat, Funyuns, whatever
Man,
you need.
hey, man, it was real, boy. It was so real.
615-737-1045. Grant Ramey with a tweet from Thompson Bowling Arena, an
Okay,
update
here
on
we
tonight's
go.
game. You ready?
Here we go.
Of note these days, Arizona did make it to the arena for pregame, so we should be good to go.
Hey,
Hey.
finally turning the corner, man. Some good leadership. Way to go,
Small
AC.
wins.
Yeah, way to go. Is what's the name? Said the dark hair coach.
Where at Arizona?
Yeah. God, I can't think his name, man. He had DeAndre Ayton in them.
Oh,
shoot.
yeah.
Man, Miller.
Sean Miller, yeah.
Sean Miller, yeah.
Is he still there?
I don't know. That's what I can't even remember.
He was trying to last it.
Yes, he was. He was trying to outlast him. So it was on his neck, boy. But he fought. Another thing, the reason
don't know.
Arizona's
Maybe-
in this too.
That's a good question.
No, he is not.
He's not. Okay, Justin
Tommy
Gainey.
Lloyd.
Who?
Tommy Lloyd.
Tommy Lloyd. Okay, Justin Gainey, coach at UT, assistant now. He was a coach at Arizona also between 2018 and 2020. So, fun fact of the relationship of the Arizona-Tennessee matchup.
There you go. Jeremy on Twitter, can we get at RodSlade35 to say Omicron in a transformer voice? Maybe the Green Hills voice. I don't know.
Omicron.
Yeah, see that. I don't know my voice right there with that. I did sound a little bit like Bumblebee right then, but yeah. I think it's maybe the mic or something. I don't know. It
That's
might be,
right. It's the mic.
Yeah, it ain't me. I don't
mean,
sound like that, y'all.
not you.
We no
This he
excuses.
hunk,
No
can sound better.
excuses this week.
No excuses, baby.
That was your wash away toast.
That's right.
Do you take it back now with what that offensive
You know
line
what?
looks
Let me
like?
tell y'all.
I mean,
I
The
apologize.
left side of it's gone.
I don't take
According-
it back, but I apologize.
according to us, Corey Brewer's playing left guard. Somebody needs to tell him.
He might not even be there.
That guy's skinny.
Hey, might be better.
I'm gonna go to Red Dog.
You actually are here in just a few
Ryan
seconds.
Tannehill will go with you.
You might as well. You're gonna need it.
No, but seriously,
No, you gonna fight.
That's
that.
like Cowboys
You
back
gonna
in the
fight.
day in the gunfight and everything. They would take a swig of bourbon.
And let's go
Maybe
do
he
it.
should take a swig of bourbon before
Let's
he goes
rock
out
and
there.
roll.
nice and relaxed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just slang it.
Let's talk about how Todd Downey's offensive play calling probably has to look a little different.
Here she goes again. Let's
I'm
do it.
with you, though.
615-737.
Is it subtle?
1045. We'll be right back.
What up, people? You know who it is. Listen to me quite clearly. Red Dog Wine and Spirits is where you need to be going for the holidays when you know it's time for you to get something nice for after that great meal you're going to have on Christmas or the time that you're watching the kids open up presents. You got a nice bottle of bourbon right there. You know what I'm saying? Or you got some champagne right there because New Year's is right around the corner too. Red Dog Wine and Spirits is where you need to go. You can shop online right there with them and do a curbside pickup. It's that simple. You ain't got to stretch yourself out. You can go right there in the Franklin area where I go. Visit the store, 1031 Riverside Drive in Franklin, Tennessee, or online, like I just told you, reddogwineandspirits.com. Take care of all your needs. Don't forget they got the try before you buy bar, and that's what I always like to do. I like to try before I buy. Why? Because Red Dog got you.
How did Benny afford all these Christmas decorations? Where'd she get the money for this? Dear Benny the dog, thanks for choosing the home loan expert for your cash out refi. You were able to get $52,000. Oh, my own dog got a better deal on her refinance than I did. I knew I should have gone with the home loan expert.
I really could see Ron Slay as the Kool-Aid man. I really could see that. Just breaking through walls. 3HL 1045 the zone, 615-737-1045. Here's the thing. Tell a buddy, bring a pal, bring a friend every day, 3 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, listen to the whole station all day long. I'm just saying. Lock it in, rip the knob off.
Yeah.
Set all of your presets to 1045 and shoot us a picture.
Yeah.
At 3HL 1045.
We got you. Lock in with us.
615-737-1045. We're getting all kinds of Freeze Cup messages. Michelle writes, my grandmother was the neighborhood Freeze Cup lady. I was the out-of-town grandchild. I got all my cups for free.
I'm telling you, man. You can't go wrong, man.
Chill mode on YouTube. Freeze Cups, baby. Cherry was the one everyone wanted. LOL.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. But what people don't understand about the city of Nashville, man, this back in the day, but people that grew up here, man, understand that two major people had stores. Mr. Winfrey, Oprah's dad, and Thelma Harper's husband, Mr. Harper. His store down on Jefferson, man. I'm talking about all the cold-blooded snacks. But let's talk about Downing and his his play calling, what it needs to be, though.
Hashtag transition.
Yeah, you like it?
I mean, that was
because I
very
ain't wanna lose
Dawn-like.
that.
That was impressive.
You're welcome, Babs. Yeah.
So
I'm
proud.
Learning. I'm learning.
You're so Nashville if. We just need to do those shows.
That's, hey, man, we
so
do
often.
need to do that, man.
I thought you were going to start talking about running the numbers and stuff.
Hey, man, I'm telling you now. Hey, man, all this plays a factor in the city. Listen.
The fabric.
It's in the fabric.
Of the city.
There you go.
Even if you've just moved in. Yes, Todd Downing. So you rushed for 201 yards against Philly, who has the 30th ranked rush defense. You're having all kinds of success, yet you somehow throw it 32 times with no weapons at wide receiver.
And now.
A lot of questions out there about that. I want to hear what you have to say about it. You hit on it a little bit yesterday, Dawn, but for me, it's hard to kind of give an honest opinion about Downing and play calling because of what's on the field. That's to me. Your sigh indicates that you disagree.
No, I agree, but.
You frustratingly agree.
But.
Okay.
Here comes the but.
At this point in the season.
Here comes the but.
But at this point of the season, you know that you don't have the dudes. You know that the dudes are gone. So how can you evolve as a play caller to put everybody in a better position knowing that the Jimmies and the Joes aren't quite there? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And especially now that you know Roger Saffold's out, you know Taylor Lewan's out, especially now, what do you do differently? What can you do differently? How can you get creative? What kind of little, new, I don't know, anything can you throw in to try and figure out how to have success when you don't have your Jimmies and
Right,
Joes?
because with Rodgers, NWI, all those guys out there are no windows.
Correct.
Right? So, you're throwing in the NFL window's already tight.
Nobody's going to take off the top, right? You know what you have at this point. You know.
DBs are sitting on routes, all that stuff. So you've got to scheme things up, which
So
they do try to do.
figure out something else.
Listen.
And I don't feel like last game showed Todd Downing doing that. And that was a critique of him coming in from his time with the Raiders, which I had tweeted somebody about. I think it was Titans Talk that had tweeted about his numbers when he was the OC with the Raiders and how similar they are, whatever. I mean, it's hard to compare because personnel is completely different, right? But that was a talk that I had with some people on my college football crew, because they were like, wait, who's the OC for the Titans? This is the beginning of the season.
I
You
remember
remember?
you
I
saying,
came back and I was like, y'all.
I remember J-Mart saying that people that he works with on the Fox side of things have Raider fans backgrounds and same thing. You guys were saying the same thing.
And the big part of it was Todd Downing never figured out how to evolve as a play caller.
You know what else is funny too? Because in a game full of lots of plays and lots of weird things that happen and all those things, these games seem to come down to 1, 2, 3, 4 things, something like that. And obviously the turnovers were the thing. But if Brewer gets in the way of the defensive lineman on play number 1 and they complete that ball, Julio Jones was 12 yards free from the corner. That was a touchdown.
Yeah.
If they execute that play and he has time to make that throw and it's 7-0, is the game completely different? Because the Titans kind of dominated that thing statistically. It was just the turnovers, obviously.
I totally agree. Let me throw this in there too. Since week 8, this is when Derrick Henry went down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Went down in week 8. Now the Rams was the next game. You scored 28 points in that game. You could ride off of the let's do this for Derrick. The defense played amazing. After that, scoring 28 points. And your defense scored, I believe, maybe twice in the game. But I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. But after that, you scored 28 points, then 23 points, then 13 points, then 13 points, then the Jaguars, where you had 4 takeaways, then the Steelers, 13 points. So to Don's point, like at some point over those next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, somewhere along the line, you knew you wasn't going to have guys. The roster was in flux that entire time, not just with Derrick Henry moving, but with a lot of guys moving in and out. You got to be able to do something. Like listen, I know it's tough. Like when you miss your starting low line, but guess what?
Figure it out.
Yeah, we ain't got no choice.
Listen, everybody
but to figure it out.
That's listening to us right now that has a job to do at work, things happen
there you go.
that aren't a part of the normal schedule, and it's like, sorry, boss, man, I couldn't get the job done because of this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Okay, you're fired.
Yeah, I got somebody else that can.
Yeah.
Like that's what
Figure
you're
it
left
out.
with. That's what you're left with.
The thing about it is, to me, Ryan Tannehill is a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback when he has his weapons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that some people shook their head when I said that. But go back to the numbers. The last 2 years, number 2 rated quarterback in the NFL. Mm-hmm. When he has his numbers, he's a great quarterback. His guys, he's a great quarterback. Without him, not very good.
Yeah.
So what's the mean of that?
Well,
he's a good quarterback.
Right.
I forget who said it. It was when we were talking about you give him all his shiny toys and he's great, but then when you start to pluck those toys away, then you kind of see the frustration and the struggle a little bit more.
Yes.
I forget who had said it, but
I'm with you.
Was that Ike Taylor? He said a whole bunch of stuff during our thing.
Like we could play his week to week.
He said you're either a
truck or a trailer.
Truck or a trailer.
Which is great. But here's the thing. Like, how many quarterbacks in the NFL would still be putting up big-time numbers based on what's going on that offense right now?
I don't know, because
Aaron
here's the
Rodgers,
deal. No, but Tom Brady was shut
maybe.
out for the first time in 15 years because guess what? He didn't have his toys.
But I will say
he had zero toys around him.
His happened in the game. Like Tannehill's had weeks to prepare.
That's true.
We just can't say Tannehill. Downing and Tannehill have had weeks to prepare without your guys, man. Yep. Like his happened. Like if Tom come back and do that again, we got to look at Tom and Leftwich. Like, hold on, what y'all doing?
Well, in the last 2 losses.
Do we really?
The last 2 losses, the Titans have run the ball for more than 200 yards.
Right.
Right.
So that's not an excuse.
You can't really blame offensive line when it comes to run blocking either.
Right.
Because they've been able to do that.
Yeah. Big Rod on Twitter at 3HL1045. Locked in, about to cut the roof off this truck. He sent us a picture. All 5 of his presets are on 1045. Thank you, Rod.
That's what I'm talking about.
Send us a picture.
Yeah.
All presets on 1045. Hey, we're in this as a team. Taking over Nashville. 615-737-1045. Andy next up in Mount Juliet. Andy, what's up, man?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Oh, not.
What up, Andy?
All right, I'm going to make 4 quick points. Number one, Vrabel only lost 2 in a row since he's been here, 1 time. And I think that defense steps up. It comes to the plate. I don't think it's as much about AJ and Julio and Derek being gone as much as that offensive line is beat up.
I mean, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we don't need y'all's points. We're going to win this game.
Like
Hands down, we're going to win this game.
All right, Mary Annie.
The second thing, if Georgia can't play, why would Bama, after they beat the brakes off of Cincinnati, not play Michigan for the national championship just because Georgia couldn't play? And like I said, when I hang up, I'll listen to all this. Third, Babs, you were saying you were drinking more water, and my doctor suggested that I drink more water, and I had to ask him, is it all right if my water's frozen surrounded by whiskey?
Hey,
I'm not sure if your
that.
doctor
Andy,
would agree with
I
that,
like that,
Andy.
Andy, though.
but-
Andy, you need to hydrate them kidneys sometimes, man.
I like that too, though, Andy.
That liver.
Hey, guys, man, love y'all. Love y'all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to y'all. And, man, y'all just make my day.
Same to you, bro.
Appreciate you. Yes. Merry Christmas to you, too.
Andy's a good one. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. Tonight's officials, if you're into that thing for the Tennessee
Coach Mack
Arizona
definitely
game.
is.
Number 37 on your roster, on your official roster. Terry Weimer. Number 46, Tony Green. And number 88, Patrick Evans. Why do officials have numbers?
Because it's a lot of them. You got to be able to point them out just as well as you got to be able to point the play out. When you're looking at the film.
I want number 88.
you
Big Michael Irvin fan.
You just want numbers.
Hey, real quick, I just want to clean up. Andy was saying, well, then why wouldn't Michigan? It's only if both teams can't play, then the champion would come from the other semi. But if one team is the reason that they can't play the game, the other team automatically advances. So it's not, if one game's not played, it's done. No, if one team can't play, they automatically forfeit. If they can't play because of COVID stuff, they automatically forfeit and will move on to the national championship game. I see what he's saying, though. Well, how is that fair if Alabama has to beat the brakes off of Cincinnati and then go play a team that didn't have to play? It is what it is. I mean, it's COVID, and it is what it is. But they also set out that they can move the national championship game. They can move the title game. They okayed that. I want to say as late as January 14th or 15th or something, so they can push it a little bit, and that might help too from a COVID issue standpoint. So for all teams.
Here's the thing: figure out how to play the damn games.
Yep.
There you go.
And the college football playoff semis, they had all these events leading up to the game. All of that changed now. Every single press media availability will be virtual now. They've changed that. All the teams have the option to travel to the site as late as 2 days prior, whereas prior to that, they were there for a week doing media and all this stuff. Well, now they're allowed to wait and basically treat it as an away game.
It's always been so
Who does
odd.
that? Who does that? I mean, if you're Alabama, though, don't you do that? Because then it is a business trip.
Yeah, that's
exactly if you're these teams. I mean, I don't want my kids to be there for a week.
So what do you do? Just send the extra
Zooms.
money? Yeah, send the extra money. Like just put extra money in their pocket on it. Spend about $1,500 more each player. Just send it to
per
them
day.
Yeah, send it to them in a per diem. They would put kids, not kids. These young players would be happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
as a head coach, I'd be like, COVID or not worries. I'm like, great. We're going to stay at our facility.
Yeah,
we're going to treat this as an away game. We're not coming for a week where I have to worry about guys being out at midnight.
Yeah.
Like,
at a gaming zone, playing
2 days
around
prior.
with stuff that other people been touching. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So that's their option. And they also have the option to skip all pre-bowl events, too.
Well, and then
Go ahead.
Which stinks because that's fun for the kids.
That's what I was just about to say. Outside of the national championship picture, it's going to stink for the other people in regular bowls.
I mean, we're going to lose bowl games. We just are. I mean, think about, I was listening to Vol Calls last night, and they were talking about how Tennessee was going to practice today, and then they're off. And then they all meet back in Nashville on Christmas night.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh. That ain't good.
You're talking about a few days away from everybody and yeah.
Travel around friends and family.
Yep.
And then I guarantee
you would choose a different path.
If that happened, a quarter of the team is going to be not playing.
Kelly Harper was talking about last night. They played a game yesterday or 2 days ago after the Stanford game because they wanted to get one more in before they took a break.
Right.
So she said everybody would be back on campus on the 27th, and it's interesting because that's a Monday, and they play that night. So they'll go this period of time without even practicing until Monday morning, day of game.
That's wild, man.
That is wild.
I don't even remember us getting a break. I remember like a 3-day break when school got out, but everybody stayed on campus. Nobody went home. Like, we were all there. Even if we didn't have practice for 2 days, like, we were still there. Like, man, we got to go. Vince's mom lived up there. Hey, man, we're going over your mama's house, man. It's just that simple. Coach, we coming over your house, dog. It's that simple. You get a lot of time off.
John on Twitter, got all the presets in the work truck set to y'all.
That is.
Next driver, going to be pissed. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he won't be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent a picture, so we appreciate that, John. # no roof on the work truck.
He in the truck?
Mm-hmm.
Truck ain't got no roof.
615-737.
I like that you double
Yeah,
check.
make sure. Yeah,
the
make
truck.
sure. Yeah, I don't want to put my man in no car if he in the truck. That ain't right. Truck life. I want a truck.
What we roll around in, is it a truck or a car?
Now we're in a
You call yours
we're in
a
an
truck.
SUV truck,
Yeah.
but I say the truck. Yeah, you're right.
I call it a truck too because it's built on a truck frame, right? So like,
It is.
never even
a truck.
thought about
Well,
that.
some of them are.
Yeah.
Ours are.
Not that we have to get into this. I've had lots of conversations with Two Rivers
Have
Ford
you?
and Ford and how it all works. And is this a truck
no,
frame?
you're
But
right.
what about
not,
this? Is
not
this?
all of them are.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
a good question. I didn't even
I
thought
sold
about
cars
that.
over at Beeman back in the day.
See,
A lot of the Toyota SUVs are on a truck
Like
frame.
the smaller ones, the Highlander, that's on a car frame.
I want a
Right.
truck.
You want a truck?
I think so.
Like a truck.
Ain't nothing like an
Ramon's
SUV,
got a
though.
truck.
He do. He got a big truck.
250.
He got a big truck.
That
I
thing
told-
is huge.
I
I
told
love
him,
that
I
truck.
said, hey, man, I'm not trying to one-up you here, but Aaron Kinney used to roll around here in a 650.
What?
A 650.
He just put the numbers on.
No, I'm telling you.
Ain't no
It looked like
650.
you could fit Ramon's truck in Aaron Kinney's truck.
Nah, he put the numbers on.
I'm telling you.
I ain't never seen no 650.
650. Look it up.
He crazy.
650.
He crazy.
EK. All right, more 3HL when we come back. Mike will lead us off. Still talking Titans and 49ers. We're a day away. Short week. Game tomorrow. This is 3HL. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get your next new vehicle. Whether you're looking for a really big truck, a car, an SUV, a Jeep, a Sprinter, they'll be able to hook you up. And I've been on that lot many times, and they've got tons of Sprinters. Actually, like if you have a bunch of kids or you're planning to have a bunch of kids, Sprinter's perfect. Maybe you roll around and you've got a bunch of reps. You need a Sprinter. Car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. New or pre-owned, they will be able to hook you up. Just go up there, take your test drive, ask your questions. They'll have all the answers for you. You'll go inside. They'll help make the numbers work. It'll be that easy. There will be no pressure on you at all. These guys simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you. That's it. That's their only goal. So when you go see them, you'll feel that. And that's what will happen. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. The inventory is there. All the dealership information is there as well. 24 West Store, Clarksville. Quick exit 35. Straight shot to Springfield, Tennessee. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. That was one of the most entertaining breaks. Is Zone TV still up on breaks?
It is now. It's good now.
Titans Amy just gave us some snacks that I've never seen before. What are those things called? Like gingerbread popcorn or something?
Yeah, they're legit. They're good.
How do you know? You've already been in there?
No, because I have some at the house.
What do you think?
Oh.
Of course, Honk knows snacks.
You know, the food, the stuff.
Yeah, I got to get on. But guess what? I got to get on Titans Amy about that one.
The guy. Come on.
You know.
About snacks?
Yeah, man. It's like, listen, Titans Amy.
She's right in there.
Titans Amy, listen to me.
Titans tonight.
Okay, well, listen to me, Titans Amy, if you can listen to me. You got to go get the real deal stuff. Like, you just got to go get the real Cracker Jacks. The Cracker Jack box.
Not some like weird flavored offshoot.
Yeah, and that's cool, but you know what I mean, if it floats your boat, but I don't really think that's gonna float your boat. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm telling you.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's solid.
I thought it was way better than the Cracker
No,
Jack.
don't you do that, Babs. No. Nuh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
Babs, you grew up in Georgia, in Atlanta for real. Like, you know baseball. What if they so okay, so all right, so you go to a baseball game. They got that right there on the shelf and they got Cracker Jack. What you gonna ask for?
He goes right down the baseball path.
But that's different.
Here's what I get. Here's what I get at a baseball game. Dog and a beer. Just like Field of Dreams.
Dog and a bill.
Dog and a beer.
So you think anybody gonna buy that
with mustard?
No ketchup?
No.
You have lost your mind.
You have lost your mind.
You lost his rabid mind.
I knew he'd have a response to that.
That man don't even want to eat no ketchup on a hot dog. What?
No, mustard.
Mayor.
Dead serious. Always been that way. Do you think more people eat hot dogs with ketchup on it or mustard? Or both?
Both.
What are the percentages?
Man, it got to be both.
Hunk, we need a poll on 3HL.
Man, y'all, I tell y'all what. I'm going to go to it.
On it.
I'm going to go to some sporting events. That's me crushing the mayo right there.
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
Boom. And I ain't hit a play, so I'm telling you right now.
He just shot that mashed up plastic bottle into the garbage can, which means Tennessee wins.
Come on, man. That's about 18 feet away, too.
Tommy Boy ain't got no
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, if I see, I'm going to these sporting events, y'all. So high school, y'all getting my DM. I'm coming to your games. Colleges, I'm coming to your games. Basketball. If I catch anybody at the concession stand, and I'm going to be there because I'm always there. But if I catch you at the concession stand eating a hot dog with just mustard on it or just ketchup on it, I'm going to smack it out your hand.
Really?
You do ketchup and mustard?
You got to do ketchup and then don't be afraid to put relish on it.
Can't stand relish. Davenport, what are you putting on your hot dog?
What's wrong with you?
Relish.
Just relish.
Relish and ketchup.
Come on.
Hunt.
Plain.
No anything.
This brother.
I do plain unless I'm eating a Chicago dog, then I get it fully loaded.
This brother here, man.
Chicago's a whole different deal.
Yeah,
this Chicago. When you're in Chicago,
and sauerkraut and all that on it. We just talking about a cool old.
Yeah, we're in Nashville.
Ballpark dog.
Yeah, all plain. All those
Chicago's a different
brats and stuff you guys will see me eat.
I wouldn't even if you came up there, Hunk, and I was a concession stand worker, and Hunk asked me, "Can I just have a plain dog? I don't want nothing on it." I said, "Nope, you need to go to another facility." We won't serve. We're not serving you here.
I'm not going to serve you.
Nope. Not doing it.
Man game lost in the NFL. John Glennon just tweeted this out. Man games lost in the NFL through week 15. The top 5 most games missed by injured players. Number 5, Lions, 221.
That's a lot.
Number 4, the Jets, 232.
What is this most what?
Games missed.
Oh, missed. Okay. Yeah.
So, Saffold will be
counted for 4.
2 now
for
the last 2. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Number 3, Ravens, 267. Number 2, Giants, 272.
272. Right. Okay. We knew number 1 was going to be the Titans. What's the number?
Number 1, Titans. Good call, Don. 278.
Wow.
And what's interesting is 2 of the 5 are in the playoff hunt. 2 of the top 3 are in the playoff hunt. I don't know if the Ravens going to get there, man.
Not like they don't look like they can tread the water without it.
Lamar Jackson did not practice again today with the ankle, and they play at Cincinnati, and they're a 2.5-point underdog.
And since they already beat them in
Baltimore. That is a
huge
game.
Huge. Mm-hmm. Sweep them and Pittsburgh on the year.
Jimmy on Twitter, you got to have mustard and relish.
And ketchup.
Larry. No, that's not what he said.
I understand. I'm cool with him. I'm just
Larry says my hot dog has dill relish, mustard, and onions.
Yeah, see, he's just trying to get weird, my man. Your breath going to be smelling like.
Well, plus it's hard to find that kind of, like if you're just at a concession stand.
That's
it's
what
hard
we're
to
saying,
find all
people.
that.
We at a ballpark. Hey, let me get the dill relish.
Yeah, let me get cucumbers and tomatoes. And,
Yeah,
you don't have those options.
You ain't got the options. You got 3 options.
Brian says homemade chili.
For a home dog, yes, you're right. Not for a ballpark dog. You can't get
The
that.
Twitter poll is up.
How do you eat your hot dogs? Ketchup at 0%. Mustard at 55%. Ketchup and mustard at 27%.
What?
I don't eat hot dogs at 18%.
Y'all, hey, man, y'all people, boy, okay, all right.
Titans tonight coming up.
I wonder what Mike Keith and Red B. Keith Bullock on that show, right?
Yeah.
The Bully, ask Bully what he eat.
Titans Amy with that weird popcorn.
Call Bully real quick, hump.
We are
You're
at
on fire today, Slay.
I'm ready.
It was
you better
like
bring
kind
it
of,
tomorrow.
It was kind of flipped. Like you got upset toward the end of the thing. You were trying to record a commercial, which was
yes, dude.
We need the outtakes.
That's what it was.
A disaster.
We're at Nissan Stadium tomorrow, so come by and see us in advance of Titans 49ers. We will join the Tennessee-Arizona game in progress following Titans tonight,
baby.
which is next. Later, y'all.
Vols win.
All your presets to 104.5. Shoot us a picture.
Vols win.